news. Our in-house financial analysts and experts decipher it and deliver insights you can act on. We are the only business paper that provides an in-depth coverage on agriculture and commodities markets. Apart from crucial sectors like economy, banking, automotive, IT, and more. You could be a businessman, CEO, thought leader, seasoned investor, C-suite executive, policy maker, bureaucrat, or an aspiring entrepreneur. Our expert analysis and insights empower you to make informed decisions that drive success. Our Sunday special 12-page feature, Portfolio, provides timely alerts and actionable advice on stocks, bonds, FDs, mutual funds, and more. It has been the trusted source of information for smart investors for years. With dedicated sections like Corporate File, Brand Line, Logistics, Spark, Clean Tech, and various others, we offer comprehensive view of the business landscape. Our opinion and analysis section, featuring thought leaders and industry experts, delivers perspectives that challenge conventional thinking and inspire new ideas every day. With a robust digital presence through our website and app, we engage a vast and loyal readership, delivering credible business journalism anytime, anywhere. With a series of industry and consumer connect initiatives, our curated events and podcasts bring the business world closer to the audience. For more than 3 decades, we've led the charge in business journalism, spotlighting the transformative efforts that shape the Indian economy. Stay ahead, stay informed, stay empowered. BusinessLine, where India turns to for clarity, insight, and success.
और क्या चल रहा है?
मामा, मैं तो ना सोशल मीडिया पे वीडियोस देखकर ही शेयर्स खरीदती हूँ। टेंशन ही खत्म।
क्या बात है? लो, मेरी फेवरेट मिर्ची की चटनी खाओ।
हाय, इतनी देगी? आप खाओ, मुझे सूट नहीं करती।
वाह चतुराइन। अच्छा, तुम्हें किसी और का टेस्ट सूट नहीं होता, तो किसी और का इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान सूट हो जाता है?
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अपनी सूझबूझ की ही माने।
दीक्षित बोल रहा था इस कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद लो, बहुत मुनाफा होगा।
सर ये दीक्षित ने रिसर्च किया है?
आई डोंट थिंक सो।
हाँ, तो कोई ठोस डेटा होगा उसके पास।
नो मिस्टर माने। सो व्हाट? टिप नहीं दे सकता क्या? हाँ?
सर ना डेटा है ना रिसर्च है, फिर तो टिप उसे वेटर को ही देनी चाहिए।
नाइस वन।
राइट यार।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने एरो गैरो की ना माने।
हाँ तेरी भी बात एकदम करेक्ट है। ये देख माने, 2 महीने में पैसा डबल। मैं तो इसी स्टॉक में पैसा लगाऊंगा।
लकी यार, तेरा वो 7 दिन में जवान करने वाला फेस पैक दिखा ना।
क्या बकवास कर रहे हैं? कुछ भी।
क्यों? जब तेरा स्टॉक 2 महीने में पैसा डबल कर सकता है, तो लकी का फेस पैक 7 दिन में जवान नहीं कर सकता? हाँ?
राइट है।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अब न फंसना किसी बहाने।
माने
हाँ।
मार्केट बढ़िया चल रहा है नहीं?
हाँ।
पर शेयर खरीद कर 2 वीक्स हो गया, प्राइस नहीं बढ़ रहा है।
अरे बढ़ने का छोड़, ये बता कुछ वेट हटा गया?
अभी लास्ट वीक तो जिम ज्वाइन किया है, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट, इन्वेस्टमेंट का भी यही रूल है भाई, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट है। मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने लंबी इन्वेस्टमेंट की ही ठाने।
सच्ची? इतनी इन्वेस्टमेंट पे इतना प्रॉफिट? मैं अभी पैसे ट्रांसफर करती हूँ।
सीट बेल्ट लगा लो मिस्टर माने, सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
और डॉली जी, तेरी सेफ्टी उसका क्या?
मतलब मैंने तो सीट बेल्ट पहनी हुई है।
रोड पे नहीं मैडम, इन्वेस्टमेंट में सेफ्टी
है? इन्वेस्टमेंट में कैसी सेफ्टी? वो तो बढ़ना ही है।
पक्का। स्कीम जेन्युइन है या नहीं? अगर पैसा डूबा तो किसके पास जाओगी?
यू आर राइट मिस्टर मान, इन्वेस्टमेंट करते समय सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
करेक्ट।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने, सेफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की ही ठाने।
हेलो चेक चेक 1 2 चेक चेक हेलो चेक।
ऐ भारत हम चल पड़े किस जुनून किस शान से, जन्नत नुमा कश्मीर से, आसाम के बागान से, दिल्ली का लहड़पन लिए यूपी के खलिहान से, महाराष्ट्र से, गुजरात से, कर्नाटक से, राजस्थान से, तब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से। जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से, जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से।
JK टायर, देश का टायर।
धीम तान तन दे दे, धीम तान तन दे दे दे।
Check. This is my temple, this is my mental peace sanctuary. The one thing I can't do without, you better hear me. Can't do without.
The ultimate biking experience is incomplete without Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil. Can't do without it.
In a world where every move matters, the future belongs to those who see beyond the obvious. Coupled with the power of compelling insights, bold perspective, impactful reporting, and youthful energy, BusinessLine delivers the gold standard of business journalism. With sections like chart gazing, do the derivatives, and market radar that bring you unmatched credibility and an in-depth understanding of the markets. We do not just report the news. Our in-house financial analysts and experts decipher it and deliver insights you can act on. We are the only business paper that provides an in-depth coverage on agriculture and commodities markets. Apart from crucial sectors like economy, banking, automotive, IT, and more. You could be a businessman, CEO, thought leader, seasoned investor, C-suite executive, policy maker, bureaucrat, or an aspiring entrepreneur. Our expert analysis and insights empower you to make informed decisions that drive success. Our Sunday special 12-page feature portfolio provides timely alerts and actionable advice on stocks, bonds, FDs, mutual funds, and more. It has been the trusted source of information for smart investors for years. With dedicated sections like corporate file, brand line, logistics, Spark, clean tech, and various others, we offer comprehensive view of the business landscape. Our opinion and analysis section, featuring thought leaders and industry experts, delivers perspectives that challenge conventional thinking and inspire new ideas every day. With a robust digital presence through our website and app, we engage a vast and loyal readership, delivering credible business journalism anytime, anywhere. With a series of industry and consumer connect initiatives, our curated events and podcasts bring the business world closer to the audience. For more than 3 decades, we've led the charge in business journalism, spotlighting the transformative efforts that shape the Indian economy. Stay ahead, stay informed, stay empowered. BusinessLine, where India turns to for clarity, insight and success.
और क्या चल रहा है?
मामा, मैं तो ना सोशल मीडिया पे वीडियोस देखकर ही शेयर्स खरीदती हूँ। टेंशन ही खत्म।
क्या बात है। लो, मेरी फेवरेट मिर्ची की चटनी खाओ।
हाय, इतनी देगी? आप खाओ, मुझे सूट नहीं करती।
वाह चतुराइन। अच्छा, तुम्हें किसी और का टेस्ट सूट नहीं होता, तो किसी और का इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान सूट हो जाता है?
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अपनी सूझबूझ की ही माने।
दीक्षित बोल रहा था इस कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद लो, बहुत मुनाफा होगा।
सर, ये दीक्षित ने रिसर्च किया है?
आई डोंट थिंक सो।
हाँ, तो कोई ठोस डेटा होगा उसके पास।
नो मिस्टर माने, सो व्हाट? टिप नहीं दे सकता क्या? हाँ?
सर, ना डेटा है ना रिसर्च है, फिर तो टिप उसे वेटर को ही देनी चाहिए।
नाइस वन।
राइट यार।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने एरो गैरो की ना माने।
हाँ, तेरी भी बात एकदम करेक्ट है। ये देख माने, 2 महीने में पैसा डबल। मैं तो इसी स्टॉक में पैसा लगाऊंगा।
लकी, यार तेरा वो 7 दिन में जवान करने वाला फेस पैक दिखा ना।
क्या बकवास कर रहे हैं? कुछ भी।
क्यों? जब तेरा स्टॉक 2 महीने में पैसा डबल कर सकता है, तो लकी का फेस पैक 7 दिन में जवान नहीं कर सकता? हाँ?
राइट है।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अब न फंसना किसी बहाने।
माने,
हाँ।
मार्केट बढ़िया चल रहा है नहीं?
हाँ।
पर शेयर खरीद कर 2 वीक्स हो गया, प्राइस नहीं बढ़ रहा है।
अरे बढ़ने का छोड़, ये बता कुछ वेट घटा गया?
अभी लास्ट वीक तो जिम ज्वाइन किया है, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट, इन्वेस्टमेंट का भी यही रूल है भाई, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट है। मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने लंबी इन्वेस्टमेंट की ही ठाने।
सच्ची? इतनी इन्वेस्टमेंट का इतना प्रॉफिट? मैं अभी पैसे ट्रांसफर करती हूँ। सीट बेल्ट लगा लो मिस्टर माने, सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
और डॉली जी, तेरी सेफ्टी उसका क्या?
मतलब मैंने तो सीट बेल्ट पहनी हुई है।
रोड पे नहीं मैडम, इन्वेस्टमेंट में सेफ्टी
है? इन्वेस्टमेंट में कैसी सेफ्टी? वो तो बढ़ना ही है।
पक्का। स्कीम जेन्युइन है या नहीं? अगर पैसा डूबा तो किसके पास जाओगी?
यू आर राइट मिस्टर मान, इन्वेस्टमेंट करते समय सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
करेक्ट।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने सिर्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की ही ठाने।
ऐ भारत हम चल पड़े किस जुनून किस शान से, जन्नत नुमा कश्मीर से आसाम के बागान से, दिल्ली का लहड़पन लिए यूपी के खलिहान से, महाराष्ट्र से गुजरात से कर्नाटक से राजस्थान से, तब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से। जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से, जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से।
JK टायर, देश का टायर।
check. This is my temple, this is my mental fee sanctuary. The one thing I can't do without, you better hear me. Can't do better.
The ultimate biking experience is incomplete without Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil. Can't do without it.
In a world where every move matters, the future belongs to those who see beyond the obvious. Coupled with the power of compelling insights, bold perspective, impactful reporting, and youthful energy, BusinessLine delivers the gold standard of business journalism. With sections like chart gazing, to the derivatives, and market radar that bring you unmatched credibility and an in-depth understanding of the markets. We do not just report the news. Our in-house financial analysts and experts decipher it and deliver insights you can act on. We are the only business paper that provides an in-depth coverage on agriculture and commodities markets. Apart from crucial sectors like economy, banking, automotive, IT, and more. You could be a businessman, CEO, thought leader, seasoned investor, C-suite executive, policymaker, bureaucrat, or an aspiring entrepreneur. Our expert analysis and insights empower you to make informed decisions that drive success. Our Sunday special 12-page feature portfolio provides timely alerts and actionable advice on stocks, bonds, FDs, mutual funds, and more. It has been the trusted source of information for smart investors for years. With dedicated sections like Corporate File, Brand Line, Logistics, Spark, Clean Tech, and various others, we offer comprehensive view of the business landscape. Our opinion and analysis section, featuring thought leaders and industry experts, delivers perspectives that challenge conventional thinking and inspire new ideas every day. With a robust digital presence through our website and app, we engage a vast and loyal readership, delivering credible business journalism anytime, anywhere. With a series of industry and consumer connect initiatives, our curated events and podcasts bring the business world closer to the audience. For more than 3 decades, we've led the charge in business journalism, spotlighting the transformative efforts that shape the Indian economy. Stay ahead, stay informed, stay empowered. BusinessLine, where India turns to for clarity, insight, and success.
और क्या चल रहा है?
मामा, मैं तो ना सोशल मीडिया पे वीडियोस देखकर ही शेयर्स खरीदती हूँ। टेंशन ही खत्म।
क्या बात है? लो, मेरी फेवरेट मिर्ची की चटनी खाओ।
हाय, इतनी देगी? आप खाओ, मुझे सूट नहीं करती।
वाह चतुराइन। अच्छा, तुम्हें किसी और का टेस्ट सूट नहीं होता, तो किसी और का इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान सूट हो जाता है,
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अपनी सूझबूझ की ही माने।
दीक्षित बोल रहा था इस कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद लो, बहुत मुनाफा होगा।
सर ये दीक्षित ने रिसर्च किया है?
आई डोंट थिंक सो।
हाँ, तो कोई ठोस डेटा होगा उसके पास।
नो मिस्टर माने, सो व्हाट? टिप नहीं दे सकता क्या? हाँ?
सर ना डेटा है ना रिसर्च है, फिर तो टिप उसे वेटर को ही देनी चाहिए।
नाइस वन।
राइट यार।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने एरो गैरो की ना माने।
हाँ, तेरी भी बात एकदम करेक्ट है। ये देख माने,
क्या फेस पैक 7 दिन में जवान नहीं कर सकता? हाँ?
मिस्टर माने बड़े से आने, अब न फंसना किसी बहाने।
माने
हाँ।
मार्केट बढ़िया चल रहा है नहीं?
हाँ।
पर शेयर खरीद कर 2 वीक्स हो गया, प्राइस नहीं बढ़ रहा है।
अरे बढ़ने का छोड़, ये बता कुछ वेट घटा गया?
अभी लास्ट वीक तो जिम ज्वाइन किया है, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट, इन्वेस्टमेंट का भी यही रूल है भाई, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट है।
मिस्टर माने बड़े से आने, लंबी इन्वेस्टमेंट की ही ठाने।
सच्ची इतनी इन्वेस्टमेंट पे इतना प्रॉफिट? मैं अभी पैसे ट्रांसफर करती हूँ। सीट बेल्ट लगा लो मिस्टर माने, सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
और डॉली जी, तेरी सेफ्टी उसका क्या
मतलब? मैंने तो सीट बेल्ट पहनी हुई है।
रोड पे नहीं मैडम, इन्वेस्टमेंट में सेफ्टी
है? इन्वेस्टमेंट पे कैसी सेफ्टी? वो तो बढ़ना ही है।
पक्का। स्कीम जेन्युइन है या नहीं? अगर पैसा डूबा तो किसके पास जाओगी?
यू आर राइट मिस्टर माने, इन्वेस्टमेंट करते समय सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
करेक्ट।
मिस्टर माने बड़े से आने, सेफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की ही ठाने।
ऐ भारत हम चल पड़े किस जुनून किस शान से, जन्नत नुमा कश्मीर से, आसाम के बागान से, दिल्ली का लहड़पन लिए यूपी के खलिहान से, महाराष्ट्र से, गुजरात से, कर्नाटक से, राजस्थान से, तब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से। जब हिंदुस्तान से, जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से।
जेके टायर, देश का टायर।
धीम तान तन दे दे, धीम तान तन दे दे दे।
Check, this is my temple, this is my mental fee sanctuary. The one thing I can't do without, you better hear me. Can't do better.
The ultimate biking experience is incomplete without Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil. Can't do without it.
In a world where every move matters, the future belongs to those who see beyond the obvious. Coupled with the power of compelling insights, bold perspective, impactful reporting, and youthful energy, BusinessLine delivers the gold standard of business journalism. With sections like chart gazing, do the derivatives, and market radar that bring you unmatched credibility and an in-depth understanding of the markets. We do not just report the news. Our in-house financial analysts and experts decipher it and deliver insights you can act on. We are the only business paper that provides an in-depth coverage on agriculture and commodities markets. Apart from crucial sectors like economy, banking, automotive, IT, and more. You could be a businessman, CEO, thought leader, seasoned investor, C-suite executive, policy maker, bureaucrat, or an aspiring entrepreneur. Our expert analysis and insights empower you to make informed decisions that drive success. Our Sunday special 12-page feature portfolio provides timely alerts and actionable advice on stocks, bonds, FDs, mutual funds, and more. It has been the trusted source of information for smart investors for years. With dedicated sections like Corporate File, Brandline, Logistics, Spark, Cleantech, and various others, we offer comprehensive view of the business landscape. Our opinion and analysis section, featuring thought leaders and industry experts, delivers perspectives that challenge conventional thinking and inspire new ideas every day. With a robust digital presence through our website and app, we engage a vast and loyal readership, delivering credible business journalism anytime, anywhere. With a series of industry and consumer connect initiatives, our curated events and podcasts bring the business world closer to the audience. For more than 3 decades, we've led the charge in business journalism, spotlighting the transformative efforts that shape the Indian economy. Stay ahead, stay informed, stay empowered. BusinessLine, where India turns to for clarity, insight, and success.
और क्या चल रहा है?
मामा, मैं तो ना सोशल मीडिया पे वीडियोस देखकर ही शेयर्स खरीदती हूँ। टेंशन ही खत्म।
क्या बात है? लो, मेरी फेवरेट मिर्ची की चटनी खाओ।
हाय, इतनी देगी? आप खाओ, मुझे सूट नहीं करती।
वाह चतुराइन। अच्छा, तुम्हें किसी और का टेस्ट सूट नहीं होता, तो किसी और का इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान सूट हो जाता है?
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अपनी सूझबूझ की ही माने।
दीक्षित बोल रहा था इस कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद लो, बहुत मुनाफा होगा।
सर, ये दीक्षित ने रिसर्च किया है?
आई डोंट थिंक सो।
हाँ, तो कोई ठोस डेटा होगा उसके पास।
नो मिस्टर माने, सो व्हाट? टिप नहीं दे सकता क्या? हाँ?
सर, ना डेटा है ना रिसर्च है, फिर तो टिप उसे वेटर को ही देनी चाहिए।
नाइस वन।
राइट यार।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने एरो गैरो की ना माने।
हाँ, तेरी भी बात एकदम करेक्ट है। ये देख माने, 2 महीने में पैसा डबल। मैं तो इसी स्टॉक में पैसा लगाऊंगा।
लकी, यार तेरा वो 7 दिन में जवान करने वाला फेस पैक दिखा ना।
क्या बकवास कर रहे हैं? कुछ भी।
क्यों? जब तेरा स्टॉक 2 महीने में पैसा डबल कर सकता है, तो लकी का फेस पैक 7 दिन में जवान नहीं कर सकता? हाँ?
राइट है।
मिस्टर माने बड़े से आने अब न फंसना किसी बहाने।
माने, मार्केट बढ़िया चल रहा है नहीं? पर शेयर खरीद कर 2 वीक्स हो गया, प्राइस नहीं बढ़ रहा है।
अरे बढ़ने का छोड़, ये बता कुछ वेट घटा गया?
अभी लास्ट वीक तो जिम ज्वाइन किया है, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट, इन्वेस्टमेंट का भी यही रूल है भाई, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट है।
मिस्टर माने बड़े से आने लंबी इन्वेस्टमेंट की ही ठाने।
सच्ची? इतनी इन्वेस्टमेंट पे इतना प्रॉफिट? मैं अभी पैसे ट्रांसफर करती हूँ। सीट बेल्ट लगा लो मिस्टर माने, सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
और डॉली जी, तेरी सेफ्टी? उसका क्या
मतलब? मैंने तो सीट बेल्ट पहनी हुई है।
रोड पे नहीं मैडम, इन्वेस्टमेंट में सेफ्टी
है। इन्वेस्टमेंट में कैसी सेफ्टी? वो तो बढ़ना ही है।
पक्का। स्कीम जेन्युइन है या नहीं? अगर पैसा डूबा तो किसके पास जाओगी?
यू आर राइट मिस्टर माने, इन्वेस्टमेंट करते समय सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
करेक्ट।
मिस्टर माने बड़े से आने सेफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की ही ठाने।
भारत
हम चल पड़े किस जुनून किस शान से, जन्नत नुमा कश्मीर से, आसाम के बागान से, दिल्ली का लहड़पन लिए यूपी के खलिहान से, महाराष्ट्र से, गुजरात से, कर्नाटक से, राजस्थान से, तब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से। जब हिंदुस्तान से, जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से।
JK टायर, देश का टायर।
धीम तान तन दे धीम तान तन दे दे
This is my temple, this is my mental sanctuary. The one thing I can't do without, you better hear me. Can't do without.
The ultimate biking experience is incomplete without Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil. Can't do without it.
In a world where every move matters, the future belongs to those who see beyond the obvious. Coupled with the power of compelling insights, bold perspective, impactful reporting, and youthful energy, BusinessLine delivers the gold standard of business journalism. With sections like chart gazing, do the derivatives, and market radar that bring you unmatched credibility and an in-depth understanding of the markets. We do not just report the news. Our in-house financial analysts and experts decipher it and deliver insights you can act on. We are the only business paper that provides an in-depth coverage on agriculture and commodities markets. Apart from crucial sectors like economy, banking, automotive, IT, and more. You could be a businessman, CEO, thought leader, seasoned investor, C-suite executive, policy maker, bureaucrat, or an aspiring entrepreneur. Our expert analysis and insights empower you to make informed decisions. Decisions that drive success.
Hello.
Our
check,
Sunday special.
Check. Hello. Check. May I please request everyone to take a seat? We'll shortly begin. I request. May I please request everyone to take a seat as we'll shortly begin. Thank you.
Sections like corporate file, brand line, logistics, Spark, clean tech, and various others, we offer comprehensive view of the business landscape. Our opinion and analysis section, featuring thought leaders and industry experts, delivers perspectives that challenge conventional thinking and inspire new ideas every day. With a robust digital presence through our website and app, we engage a vast and loyal readership, delivering credible business journalism anytime, anywhere. With a series of industry and consumer connect initiatives, our curated events and podcasts bring the business world closer to the audience. For more than 3 decades, we've led the charge in business journalism, spotlighting the transformative efforts that shape the Indian economy. Stay ahead, stay informed, stay empowered. BusinessLine, where India turns to for clarity, insight, and success.
और क्या चल रहा है?
मामा, मैं तो ना सोशल मीडिया पे वीडियोस देखकर ही शेयर्स खरीदती हूँ। टेंशन ही खत्म।
क्या बात है? लो, मेरी फेवरेट मिर्ची की चटनी खाओ।
हाय, इतनी देगी? आप खाओ, मुझे सूट नहीं करती।
वाह चतुराइन। अच्छा, तुम्हें किसी और का टेस्ट सूट नहीं होता किसी और का इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान सूट हो जाता है?
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अपनी सूझबूझ की ही माने।
दीक्षित बोल रहा था इस कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद लो, बहुत मुनाफा होगा।
सर ये दीक्षित ने रिसर्च किया है?
आई डोंट थिंक सो।
हाँ, तो कोई ठोस डेटा होगा उसके पास।
नो मिस्टर माने, सो व्हाट? टिप नहीं दे सकता क्या? हाँ?
सर ना डेटा है ना रिसर्च है, फिर तो टिप उसे वेटर को ही देनी चाहिए।
नाइस वन।
राइट यार।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने एरो गैरो की ना माने।
हाँ तेरी भी बात एकदम करेक्ट है। ये देख माने, 2 महीने में पैसा डबल। मैं तो इसी स्टॉक में पैसा लगाऊंगा।
लकी यार, तेरा वो 7 दिन में जवान करने वाला फेस पैक दिखा ना।
क्या बकवास कर रहा है? कुछ भी।
क्यों? जब तेरा स्टॉक 2 महीने में पैसा डबल कर सकता है, तो लकी का फेस पैक 7 दिन में जवान नहीं कर सकता? हाँ?
राइट है।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने अब न फंसना किसी बहाने।
माने मार्केट बढ़िया चल रहा है नहीं, पर शेयर खरीद कर 2 वीक्स हो गया, प्राइस नहीं बढ़ रहा है।
अरे बढ़ने का छोड़, ये बता कुछ वेट घटा गया?
अभी लास्ट वीक तो जिम ज्वाइन किया है, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट, इन्वेस्टमेंट का भी यही रूल है भाई, रिजल्ट आने में टाइम लगता है।
करेक्ट है।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने लंबी इन्वेस्टमेंट की ही ठाने।
सच्ची इतनी इन्वेस्टमेंट पे इतना प्रॉफिट? मैं अभी पैसे ट्रांसफर करती हूँ। सीट बेल्ट लगा लो मिस्टर माने, सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
और डॉली जी, तेरी सेफ्टी उसका क्या
मतलब? मैंने तो सीट बेल्ट पहनी हुई है।
रोड पे नहीं मैडम, इन्वेस्टमेंट में सेफ्टी
है? इन्वेस्टमेंट में कैसी सेफ्टी? वो तो बढ़ना ही है।
पक्का। स्कीम जेन्युइन है या नहीं? अगर पैसा डूबा तो किसके पास जाओगी?
यू आर राइट मिस्टर माने, इन्वेस्टमेंट करते समय सेफ्टी जरूरी है।
करेक्ट।
मिस्टर माने बड़े सयाने सेफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की ही ठाने।
ठीक है। Hello, everybody. Warm welcome to each and every one of you. Warm welcome to what promises to be a big day. It is a day that will not lack in finesse. It'll be a day that will not lack in any kind of desire that we look forward to from an occasion such as this. And based on what we saw in the regional rounds, it will be a day that will definitely not lack in entertainment. My name is Ajay Punya, and I'll be taking you through this wonderful day of what promises to be a wonderful day of quizzing. As we have everybody settling down, we'll get underway to soon enough explaining to you why we're here, what we're here for, and what brings us here. Right, welcome everybody to JK Tyre presents the Hindu Business Line Cerebration Quiz 2024. Powered by Indian Oil Corporation Ltd in association with BSc and university partner Amity University, Mumbai. All right, what started 3 months ago, in fact more than 3 months ago, when we launched this program, we started inviting registrations. We had participants from across the country, B school professionals, corporate executives, MBA aspirants, and eventually we had over 3,500 participants from across the country who decided to be a part of this fabulous event in its seismically significant 21st annual edition. And once when the registrations were over, there were 2-week-long preliminary rounds where each one of them decided to have their say. And from the preliminary rounds, we eventually selected 36 participants split over 6 different cities, 6 different regions. Starting with Chennai, then we went to Kochi, then we went to Hyderabad, and then we went to Bengaluru, New Delhi, and eventually culminated last weekend in Mumbai. Right, we're not done with Mumbai yet. We are still here. We are here in Mumbai in this magnificent setting of the Bombay Stock Exchange to witness the grand final, the big occasion, which is what we've gathered here for. And shortly, when I'll be calling upon the 6 winners who've qualified from each of these regional locations, they will be competing for some big prizes, some handsome takeaways, starting with first prize of rupees 75,000, second prize of rupees 50,000, and third prize of rupees 25,000. Let's have a big round of applause for all these prizes that these contestants are looking forward to. Now, our contestants will contest on this defining day here at the BSE. Coming up first on stage, one with a celebratory history at Cerebration. He was first runner-up in 2021, but after having won last year's competition, he comes on stage to defend his title. Please welcome on stage Jaikantan from TCS. Welcome, Jaikantan, defending champion, first up on stage. So we won't start on a very insignificant note. We will start on a fairly significant note. Somebody with a fairly illustrious history coming up first on stage. Now, following him, next up, after qualifying at the regional last year, he's made marginal improvement to make it to the national final, expecting a bigger improvement still. He is Pabitra Narayan Nayak from Ministry of Home Affairs, qualifying from Kochi. And just like Pabitra, he was in the regional final last year, but then he stepped up to the national final, defeating 2 previous national finalists in the process to be here. He is Ayman Ali from Sale Bhilai. Qualifying from Hyderabad. On the other side now, a super debutant sidestepping a national finalist to occupy a berth on my left. Please welcome Suvam Palo from Bengaluru Fidelity Investments. Up next, he was here at the national final last year. Second runner-up is where he finished. He keeps oscillating year after year between Delhi and Mumbai with both cities, has a love-hate-love relationship, and that journey continues. Up on stage next, qualifying from Delhi, he is a freelancer in Abhinavdar. And finally, qualifying with a bit of luck and a year-to-year grin to go with it, qualifying from Mumbai. Our last contestant on stage is Anirudh Datta from TCS. Right then, participants, make no mistake, the pressure will be significant, and to complement that, so will be the prizes at the end. But for the moment though, lighting the fuse to ignite and kickstart Cerebration 2024, I would like to invite its bedrock, Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan, editor, BusinessLine, to address all of you. Sir, let's have him on stage with a rousing reception. And a mic, if we can also organize.
Morning, everybody, and thank you for coming in here on a Sunday morning to listen to this and watch this very interesting quiz, which is in its entered its just third decade now, 21st year, and it's one of the most sought after quizzes in the country. Not too many going around, and we have been at this for a long time. And Ajay Punia, as you know, has been our quiz master for several years now, and he's delivered some excellent finales for us over the years. Looking forward to an equally good one this year, Ajay. And I just want to point out one thing. Quizzing is a lot like journalism, or vice versa. You need to be inquisitive, you need to be curious, you need to ask difficult questions, come up with answers. The only difference is that unlike a quiz which happens once in a while, journalists have a quiz every evening when we send the edition to print. So that's how it is. And, this is an event which is possible due to our sponsors. We have had online events in the regional finals, and we hope to soon take it to a physical event, maybe with some luck next year itself. And bring this high quality quiz to several cities across the country. So I don't want to stand between you and this interesting session ahead, and I'm equally curious to see what questions Ajay is going to pose here. And I see some familiar faces here, at least two who have been here from last year, veteran quizzers, all of them. So I'm sure it'll be very competitive, and may the best quizzer win. Wish you all good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, sir. So before we proceed with this battle, we have a very special message from the MD of JK Tyre, Mr. Anshuman Singhania.
Hello, everyone. We are delighted to be part of the BusinessLine Celebration Quiz 2024. At JK Tyres, our focus has always been on discovering new paths and striving for excellence. This quiz reflects the values of knowledge, challenge, and determination. These qualities are truly admired. JK Tyre proudly supports the talent and innovation through meaningful partnerships. We strongly believe that the knowledge and the drive to succeed are true forces of progress, just like how innovation drives our tires to handle all terrains. My heartiest congratulations to all the finalists. Your dedication is inspiring. I wish you all the very best, and may your intellect lead you to success. Thank you.
Right, thank you, sir. Now, a quick little note of acknowledgement for all our partners who made the Hindu Business Line Celebration Corporate Quiz 2024 possible. Presenting partner JK Tyre. It's powered by Indian Oil. It's brought to you in association with the BSE and university partner Amity University, Mumbai. I would request everyone to please acknowledge the graciousness of all our partners. Thank you, dear partners, who've made this October gathering possible. Right, so participants, I hope all of you are all set. I saw that some of you were fiddling with your smartphones, so I'll request you to keep your smartphones inside. And obviously, I would also request you to keep them switched off as well. Please don't let anybody interrupt you while you go about showcasing your excellence, just like you did during the course of the regional rounds. Right, welcome everyone. Welcome to this glorious day of quizzing. Ageless quiz maestros on either side of me. We shall begin with the first round, but before that, let's just quickly get the logistics out of the way. We'll test the buzzers once for everyone. We'll go in order. Chennai, if you can press the buzzer, Jaikantan. Yeah, let's reset the buzzer once. All right. Now, one sec. Yeah, let's reset. Okay, Jaikantan. Yeah, please reset. Reset. Kochi. Okay, let's reset. Ayman. Right, let's reset. Shubham. Okay, let's reset. Abhinav. Let's reset. And finally, Anirudh. Okay. Before you reset, Abhinav, please press the buzzer. Somebody else, please press the buzzer. Right, so some of the rounds, I'll have multiple attempts on the buzzer. So how it works is whichever light is stable. So in this case, we have Anirudh's right who's stable. That means he's first on the buzzer. Next would be blinking, and that's Abhinav. So that's second on the buzzer. And the third one will be a slower blink. So we can see Jaikantan has a slower blink. So that's third on the buzzer. So that's the order that I will be following. All right, clear everyone? Okay, so we'll start. Let's reset the buzzer first. Reset, please. Please reset. Okay. All right. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's begin with our first of 5 rounds. There will be 5 rounds in all. I will explain to you the rules of each round as and when we get there. A lot of these questions will be direct and a lot of these questions will be on the buzzer. A fairly long day of quizzing, right? So let's look forward to it. Some of these rounds you've experienced already in the regional rounds, so I don't think I'll take a lot of time in terms of explaining these rounds, and I'm sure you'll all figure it out as we go along. But for the audience, we also have some dedicated audience questions. Whatever questions are not answered by participants on stage, I will be throwing open them to you. Just raise your hand, I'll identify you. If you give me a right answer, I'll give you a prize. If you give me a funny answer, I'll give you 2 prizes. Choice is yours. Okay, and secondly, please do not answer out of turn, irrespective of your good looks. Right? Please don't prompt answers. Please keep answers to yourselves. Wait for the participants on stage to give the answers. If their answers are wrong, I will pass them to you, and then you can raise your hand. I'll identify you, and the prizes will follow. All right, we'll start with our first round. Okay. I'm told that there is a bit of echo on stage, so if we can reduce a bit of the echo, and if we can dim these lights a bit, not too much, a little bit. Yeah, these 2 sets of lights, if we can dim them a little. Okay. All right, let me explain in the meanwhile. So round number 1 is called wild card. Every player will get a question with 2 clues. We'll start with team player 1, that's Jaikantan from Chennai. You'll get a question with 2 clues. First, I'll give you the question. If you get it right, you get 10 points. If you don't get it right, you can ask for a wild card. So I will allow you to give me 2 answers on the same question, right? You give me the first answer on the first clue. If that's right, you get 10. But if that's wrong, you get a -5. All right. Alternatively, You can opt for without giving an answer. You can just opt for a wild card. So I won't give you a negative on the first one. Okay? Clear? Yeah, I'll complete the entire thing, then I'll address any queries. So every player will get a question in order. First one will be for Chennai, then to Kochi, then to Hyderabad, and then to the other side. The remaining, the echo is too much, is it? Okay, we'll have to do something about the echo. Yeah, understandable. I'll keep talking. That's the only way to test for the echo. So let me know whenever the echo is all right, and I mean, echo isn't there, and you can hear me clearly. Yeah, I'll keep talking. All right, fine. There's no alternatives. Let me know if you can hear me any better. Is the echo any better? Can you hear me? Can you hear the words coming out of my? Yeah, it's still an echo. All right, this was my. It's fine. Okay, on stage there's a bit of echo, and that is the, and they don't know what I'm talking about, so they can't hear me at all. Check. Hello, check. Can we at least dim the lights a bit? Yeah, these lights, both sides. Better now? Fine. Okay. Are we dimming the lights a bit? Okay. Hello, check. Yeah. Sorry about that delay, but we are ready to start. So essentially how this round works is everybody gets a direct question, right? You'll get a direct question. If you want to give me an answer, that's great. If you get it right, you get 10 points. But if you don't get it right, others can press the buzzer, right? And the direct participant then has the option of either opting for a wild card. If you opt for a wild card and you then get it right, so what would have been a provisional negative on the first incorrect answer now gets you a +5. So -5 and a +5 and you left with 0. But if you don't opt for answering on the first clue, you can still opt for a wild card. Then you don't get negative on the first attempt. Then you're only attempting for +5 and -5. Buzzer anyway remains open. Buzzer opens the moment the question's on screen. And we'll have 3 buzzers. We've tested the buzzers already. If somebody else is on the, if the direct participant decides against taking a wild card and they've only taken a -5, right? Then the question passes on the buzzer and you have the same opportunities available, right? We've done this in the regionals. The only difference being that time you volunteered by hitting the buzzer. Here, everybody gets a direct question.
So if the direct I pass for the +10
on the first one, yeah.
Does it go to the buzzer or do I still get answer?
Pass is going to somebody else on the buzzer. Wild card will stay with you.
Okay. So there's always a risk if I answer it directly.
There is a risk if you attempt directly because there will be a -5 if I don't have a right answer coming, right? Take the mic, please.
If I hear the first clue and then say pass, I don't lose any points.
No, you don't. Okay. Pass would just mean that it goes to somebody else. Wildcard would mean it still is with you, but I give you another clue.
If it's a direct to Hyderabad, he answers it incorrectly and we buzz, does he get to call the wildcard before the buzzer or?
I will only go to whoever's on the buzzer after I'm done with the direct participant. Oh. After I'm done with exhausting their quota of options, whatever it is that they want to do.
Yeah, I can pass on the direct, but then ask for the wildcard.
No, pass means goes to somebody else. Wildcard means wildcard.
I would not answer the direct. I would say I will go for the wildcard.
Say wildcard.
Wildcard, right? So if I get it incorrect, then it will be -5.
Yes.
Not -10.
Not -10 because I haven't had an answer on the first attempt.
Yes. Got it.
Okay. All right. So we'll start. It's on the buzzer for others. Direct question to Chennai. Here's your question. First question coming up. Right. What is the missing word in these perfect examples without abbreviations, acronyms, contractions, initialisms, isolated letters, proper nouns, or Roman numerals? Right. So there are 2 examples that I've given. The first one is CWM, Fjord, Bank, Glyphs, Vext, blank, and Mr. Jock, TV, blank, PhD, bags, fuel, links. On the buzzer is Kochi, but they'll have to wait. First, we'll have a decision coming from Chennai. It's the same word across both blanks. What is the missing word?
I'll go for a wildcard.
You will go for a wildcard, right? So now for +5 and -5, you can still pass and then it goes to somebody else. Interestingly, the former uses an archaic definition of an odd or eccentric person and the latter uses a definition we are more familiar with. It's the same word. Right, I need an answer now.
I'll pass.
You will pass and we'll go to Kochi. For +5 and -5, the question still remains open on the buzzer if anybody else is interested.
I'll say this is QUIZ, quiz.
Quiz. And what does that mean?
Like it fills the blanks, that's why.
And what are these phrases perfect examples of?
It uses all the terms A to Z, like.
It uses all the
letters of alphabet.
All the letters of the alphabet.
Yes,
and what are such examples called?
I don't know the term.
Pangrams. But you are right about it. It is indeed quiz. That is correct. Welcome to the quiz. That's a very good answer. So these are perfect pangrams, essentially phrases that uses all 26 letters of the alphabet. And these are 2 perfect examples of them. The first one has a lot of Welsh words, and essentially it means carved symbols in a mountain hollow on the bank of an inlet, irritated and eccentric person. And the second one is, essentially means Mr. Jock, who happens to have a PhD in TV quizzes, God knows why. Then goes on to bags a few links, which also I don't know what sense that does that actually make. But regardless, these happen to be two perfect pangrams in question. So that's a lovely answer. Team Kochi or Pabitra from Kochi, Ministry of Home Affairs, you begin with a score of 5 points. Well done. Absolutely. Let's give them a round of applause. Very nice. Let's reset the buzzer.
Essentially, the point is that the only screen that's possessed with the photo browser. And so algorithms after which there is a query that will base. So then that is equidistant for them. But that's like very far away for us, right? It is equidistant for from that side and this side. Not really. There are three snakes. Because the angle is also very, that one is that is the right angle, right? Maybe you want to push to the back. Yeah, yeah. That one. See, the angle is still bad. This one, I don't know why it is really bad. Sorry, the angle is still bad. Can't see it. This is what happens. Stuff like this.
Ajay, is it possible to bring the screens a little bit front?
Yeah.
It's possible. Closer to us. Or if you can bring the bigger screen in front, that would also help.
Another doubt. You could listen to both the clues and say pass report and skip your clue. That's what they can do.
All right. Sorry about that delay, but essentially going back to what happened in that question, Chennai, you get nothing. You passed on both opportunities, and Kochi, you got it right on the second time around, so you get 5 points for that. Well done. And now, Pabitra, you get a direct question. Everybody else, you are on the buzzer. Here's question number 2 coming up. First clue, and that's for Pabitra. Others, you're on the buzzer. Right. This is William Big Hill Haywood, a founder of the Union Industrial Workers of the World, leading a group of marching workers. One of the earliest instances in the US of what symbolic action was raised when he spoke to strikers in New Jersey in 1913. This was one of the earliest instances of what symbolic action? Nobody on the buzzer yet. What do you want to do, Pabitra? Take the mic, please. Every time you're interacting, please take the mic.
I'll go for the second clue.
You'll go for a wild card. All right. Now for +5, -5. Here's your second clue. He said, every finger by itself has no force while performing a certain action. Now look, he said. See, that's the IWW. My question is, what did he do? Something we saw in 1968 in Mexico City. There is an attempt on the buzzer from 3 different participants on stage, but they'll wait. We'll go to Pabitra's response.
I'll pass.
You will pass. So with no negatives at all, goes to Chennai.
This is the raised fist, the black power salute.
That we saw in 1968 in Mexico City.
Yeah.
When? What was happening?
The 2 black athletes in protest on the podium, they did that.
In the Olympics. That is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. So fine answer. That's the one in question, the black power salute or the raised clenched fist. So on Chennai's question, Kochi scored points. On Kochi's question, Chennai scores points. So that's 5 points to player 1, Jaikantan from Chennai, 5 points to you. And the next question will be to Ayman from Hyderabad. Let's reset the buzzer. All right, Ayman, your question. Everybody else, you're on the buzzer. India has 5 authorized card networks. American Express Banking Corp, MasterCard Asia Pacific, National Payments Corporation of India, RuPay, Visa Worldwide Pte Limited, and which company? There are 5 authorized card networks. Which one is missing? I've given you 4.
I'll pass. I'll need a wild card.
You need a wild card. Passing is different. Wild card is
passing. I'll pass.
You'll pass.
I need a wild card. I'm not answering on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Passing means goes to somebody else. Wild card means still stays with you. You get a second.
I need a wild card.
You'll take a wild card. All right. Wild card. Here's the wild card for you. There's nobody on the buzzer yet. It is best known for being the pioneer of contemporary credit.
I'll answer. I'll answer. It's Diners Club.
Diners Club for +5 and -5. That is correct. It is indeed Diners Club. The very first, the pioneer in the domain. That's the 5th one in the list. It's a fine answer there. Ayman, you're the first one who got their own direct question correct. So that's 5 points to you. Very good. So we've had 3 participants scoring 5 points apiece, 2 on each other's question and 1 on his own question. That's very well done. We now move on to the other side, but we'll reset the buzzers first. Let's reset. All right. Shubham, this is yours. Shubham, did I get your name right? Is it Subham or Shubham? Shubham, is it? Okay. All right. Here's your question. Others on the buzzer. What term was used for a British group of intellectuals who were mostly of working class or of lower middle class origin and were disillusioned by the traditional class system of the British society? There is an interest from one corner, but what do you want to do? Take the mic, please.
A wild card.
You'll opt for a wild card. Here's your second clue. This is going to be a video. Watch the video.
You would like an elder brother to me.
Why today people talk about those dialogues? They remember that is because it's not just dialogues. It's philosophy.
जब तक बैठने को न कहा जाए शराफत से खड़े रहो।
पुलिस स्टेशन है, तुम्हारा बाप का घर नहीं है। यस।
Right, the name is shared by this recently released Prime show. Are you attempting?
Yeah.
All right.
Angry young man.
That is correct. It is indeed Angry Young Men. Absolutely, that is correct. It's a fine answer there. Bengaluru, you open your account as well with 5 points on that question. Very well done. All right, we'll reset the buzzer and we will move on to the next question. That's to Abhinav, who's participating from Delhi this time. All right. Okay, here's your question, Abhinav. Others on the buzzer. Founded in the 1940s by this founder of INSEAD, ARDC is credited with pioneering what concept in the world of business? There is an interest from
I'll
Ayman.
ask for the wild card.
You'll ask for the wild card. All right, here's your second clue. Georges Doyo is thus called the father of blank blank, two words, with his first major success story being an investment of $70,000 in Digital Equipment Corporation, becoming $38 million after its IPO in 1967. Fill in the blanks. Okay, I need an answer, else I go to Eamon. You can pass because there's a negative with the wrong answer.
Yeah, I'll pass.
You'll pass. All right. Goes to Eamon.
So basically, Georges Doriot, father of venture capital, also founded InSeed.
Is correct. That's the answer. It is venture capital. Absolutely. That's the answer. That's well done, Eamon. That gets you 5 points on Abhinav's question. So 5 points there to Team Hyderabad. Very good. Let's reset the buzzer and move on to the final question for this round. That's going to go to Anirudh. Anirudh, you don't have to press the buzzer. You'll have to take the mic instead. Okay. Others on the buzzer. Here's my question. What word connects, titled Bubbles? This is an 1845 cartoon from the Punch magazine, and this building. I'm looking for one word that connects the two. There's an interest coming from Eamon, but we'll wait for Anirudh to take a call. Take the mic, please.
Next clue, please.
Next clue. All right, here's the second clue. This is going to be a video. Watch the video. A familiar video, I'm guessing. Right. Anirudh, what do you want to do? The Simpsons season 22 gag, illustrated by Banksy, whose video you just saw. All of this bring you to one word. What word?
I'll hazard a guess. Sweatshop.
Is correct. That is the answer. It is indeed sweatshop. Absolutely. That's the answer. So that's 5 points to Anirudh on that question. And I think barring one participant, we've had everybody on the scoreboard, but we won't take a look at the scores right now. What we'll do now is, for our lovely audience, we'll ask a couple of audience questions so that you have an opportunity at collecting audience prizes. All right, questions for the audience. Okay, audience, my question for you would be, I'm looking for a word that connects the three elements that I'm going to be talking about. One is a nightclub in the movie Cabaret. Second is version 4.4 of the Android OS, first launched on the phone Nexus 5 in 2013. And a chocolate-coated wafer confectionery item. What word am I looking for? Yes, the gentleman there. Please. There's a mic coming your way. Take the mic and please answer.
Hello.
Yes.
Is it Kit Kat?
Why would you say that?
Because of the chocolate wafer and Android version.
And that was one of the Android versions first released on the Nexus 5. That is correct. It is indeed Kit Kat. Absolutely. And there's a prize coming for you. All right. Let me ask one more question. So sometime back in the 1980s, Michael Jackson, his scalp was burned while he was filming for a commercial for which beverage brand? Yes, sir. Take the mic, please.
Pepsi Cola.
And now take the audience prize as well. That is correct. That's the answer. It is indeed Pepsi. That's very good. All right, we'll continue.
Ask them. Say, whatever it is you want, ask. This one needs to come from there. Know something. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we'll continue. So back to the teams on stage. More opportunities to collect some points. More opportunities to answer questions that I'll be asking. Let's move on to our next round. Here's round number 2. This round is called Fast Forward with JK Tyre, key partners for the Cerebration Quiz 2024. In this round, I'll be asking 6 questions, yet again starting with Chennai and then passing from team 1, player 1 to player 6. And after the first question, I don't know who gets which question. It depends on who answers the question correctly. If first question is not answered by Chennai, passes to Kochi, passes to Hyderabad. If Hyderabad gives me the right answer, you get 10 points for a correct answer. And then the next question is not for Kochi, but for Bengaluru. So whoever answers the question, the player after them gets the next question, and then the cycle continues. Later on, we'll reverse the cycle in one of the later rounds. All right? 10 points for a correct answer. There's no negative. Simple as that, and nothing's on the buzzer. Okay? First question to Jaikantan from Chennai. Here's your question. In December 2015, a sophisticated cyber attack on which country's power grid left over 225,000 people without electricity for several hours, marking the first successful cyber attack on any country's energy grid or infrastructure. The attack, attributed to a hacker group known as Sandworm, involved the use of black energy malware. Which country? First ever instance of a successful cyber attack on a country's national grid or energy grid or infrastructure. Yes, Jaikantan. Which country?
I'll say South Korea.
South Korea. Question passes.
I'll say China.
Which one?
China.
China, not China. Eman?
Guessing Pakistan.
Pakistan to Bengaluru.
I think this is Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Abhinav?
I'll just say India.
India Okay, safe guess, but incorrect.
Ireland.
Ireland. All right. Now you'll really regret because I'm guessing it was the 7th country on the list. Had we had a 7th participant, that would have been the answer. Let's have the 7th participant from the audience then. Yes, sir. Ukraine. That is correct. Right. Had to be. Okay, it had to be one or two guesses. Right. So it had to be Ukraine. That's a lovely answer. Let's give him a round of applause. But perhaps the answer came in selection by elimination. All the possible guesses were taken, so the one or two that remained, he picked one and he got it right. So like I said, had we had a 7th participant, we would have had it. So that is the answer. This was Ukraine. Of course, allegedly came from Russia. And so as a result of which, this was the first successful cyber attack on any country's national grid. No answers coming from anyone, which means we move on to the next question. And that's going to be for Pabitra from Kochi. Here's your question. Right, mandated since 1979, these grades make up the UTQG standards, often engraved on the sides of what? If you can expand UTQG, you would definitely know the answer. But if you can't expand UTQG, you can still tell me these are, whatever results are achieved from these 3 different rating charts are sometimes or often engraved on the sides of what? So all you see is numbers. And what are these numbers? I've hidden. There are 3 different kinds of numbers. There are alphabets, then there are percentages, and then there are grades. You see them engraved on the sides of what?
Something related to CIBIL score.
CIBIL score. Okay, passes. Eamon?
I will say tires.
Tires. On the sides of tires, you see these kind of engravings. What is UTQG?
Something T is for tires, I think.
T for tire, and everything else just fits in somehow. Uniform tire quality grading. That is correct. That's the answer. Absolutely. So that's in the picture I've given you an example of where this kind of engraving is generally seen on the sides of certain tires. You see certain numbers or alphabets. That is the kind of indication. The tractions rating chart, the temperature rating chart, and the tire tread wear rating distribution chart. Perhaps working out of the answer, or
I thought on the G force was written over there. G force basically racing and tires. So
yeah, that's one way to look at it. That's very good. That's well done. Eamon, that gets you 10 points. And next question, we move to the other side to Shubham. Shubham, your direct question. Okay, no, whoever answers. Yeah. If you don't want it, I'm sure Abhinav is willing to take it. All right, here's your question. The word X, so I'm looking for a word, came into existence in the 1970s and was primarily used in the shipping industry, especially with regard to installing equipment on the deck and hiring sailors for voyages. The modern sense of this word in the world of business, loosely speaking, differs from orientation in that it is more comprehensive and involves multiple touch points. What word am I looking for? Originally came in from the shipping industry and modern sense in the world of business, differs from the word orientation in that it is more comprehensive and involves multiple touch points. What word am I seeking here? Differs from the word orientation. Yeah. Loosely speaking, it's not a strict definition as such, but fairly commonly acceptable understanding. Yes, go for it whenever you're ready.
Okay. Induction, like
induction. All right, passes. Abhinav. Too much time on the pass. I'll have to move on. Yes, Anirudh.
We'll say offshoring, offshore.
Offshoring. Jayakantan.
This is onboarding.
Onboarding on the shipping industry, onboarding new sailors for voyages, right? So onboarding and orientation, right? The distinction in question. That's well done, Jayakantan. That gets him 10 points and a round of applause. So really fine answer. It is indeed onboarding. Very good. Next question back to Pabitra. Pabitra, yours. I'll show you a video, but we'll read out the question first. He graduated from Yale moved to San Francisco and was a principal at Mithril Capital, a fund co-founded by Peter Thiel. In 2020, he also raised millions of dollars for his firm, Narya Capital, from Thiel, Mark Anderson, and Eric Schmidt. Who is he, whose memoir was made into this 2020 film? Watch the video.
I thought your mama was going to be all right. Be happy. I know I could have done better. But you got to decide. You want to be somebody or not.
I've been doing real good. I just had a down month.
I got an interview tomorrow, Mom. Otherwise,
Oh, you know me. I always land on my feet.
Who am I speaking of? Whose memoir made into this 2020 film? And a little bit of his profile, what you see on screen. Yes, Pavitra, I need an answer now. Passing. There's no negative, so you can take guesses. Ayman?
Travis Kalanick.
Travis Kalanick passes.
This is J.D. Vance, who is the vice president nominee from Republican Party. So this is J.D. Vance.
Is correct. That's the answer. It is indeed J.D. Vance, the film being Hillbilly Elegy, and he's one of the nominees for the vice president for the upcoming American elections. That is the answer. That's well done, Shubham. Gets you a deserving 10 points. Very good. Next question to Abhinav will be your direct. This is the first central board of directors of what? There are a couple of, more popular names from the list I've removed. But this is the first central board of directors of what? Some of the names I'll just read out. Sundar Singh, Majithia, Yuba, Sriram, Badsidas Goenka, Edward Benthal, F.E. Dinshaw, J.W. Kelly, A.A. Bruce, M. Ramchandra Rao. Then there is Adam. Can't read the middle word. It's a fairly old picture, so obviously distorted pixels. Mohammad Seth, Purushottam Das, Thakur Das, couple of names then removed. Sikandar Hayat Khan, Homi Mehta, Muzammil Ullah Khan. All right. First, Central Board of Directors of what?
I'll just say Bombay Stock Exchange.
Passes.
Reserve Bank of India.
Is correct. This is the Reserve Bank of India. And Anirudh, would you like to complete the two names that I missed from the list? That are removed?
I think Hilton and Young.
No, not Hilton and Young, but the first two governors, Osborne Smith and James Taylor. Right, that's very well done. It is indeed Reserve Bank of India is what I needed as the answer. That's so before, earlier there were like these board of directors and these were all the members. Some of them also you would be familiar from the Bombay plan as well. So that's a fine answer. Anirudh, that gets you 10 points. And we move on to the last question for this round. That's going to go back to Jaikantan, the final one. It was purchased by Sir Dorabji Tata in 1900 and gifted to his wife. In 1924, it was among the personal wealth pledged by the Tatas to the Imperial Bank as Tata Steel went through a financial crisis. Sir Dorabji willed his entire fortune, including it, to the Sir Dorabji Tata Charitable Trust. It was sold in 1937 and the trust used the funds to establish certain institutions here in Mumbai like TIS, TIFR and Tata Memorial Hospital. What am I looking for?
This is the Jubilee Diamond.
Is indeed the Jubilee Diamond. That is the correct answer. Sixth largest diamond in the world, right, is now owned by a certain Swiss-based Lebanese family, the Muawads. But that's 10 points to Jaikantan and a round of applause. Come on. Let's keep acknowledging these fine answers that we're getting from each of our participants. That's 2 rounds in. We'll take a look at the scores. But before we do that, let me ask a couple of audience questions. All right, audience, you've been fairly patient till now. And thank you for that. So in return, and I will be asking certain questions to you. So my question would be, all right, let's ask a Mumbai-based question itself. A certain organization established a research institute in Goregaon for Economic Research and Academics, and it was inaugurated by Rajiv Gandhi in 1987. Which organization is this, and what is the institution that was established? What organization established in what institute? Yes, sir.
The name of the institute is IGDIR, Indira Gandhi Research Institute of
something. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's the name of the institute.
And which organization established?
Organization, I don't know. Probably like Ministry of Finance.
Okay, no, that's not the Ministry of Finance, but we'll have an audience prize for you for identifying the institution. It is IGIDR.
Yeah. All
right, Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research, inaugurated by Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. Let's have an answer that side. Which organization established it? So just take the mic, please.
Is it RBI?
It is the RBI. That is correct. That's very good. All right, let me ask one more question. There was a certain operation called Operation Golden Flow that was launched by the National Dairy Development Board in 1988 to curb the sale of loose oil in India. This led to the creation of what edible oil brand? Let's have an answer in front. We've just had a prize for you, so just hold on for a while. Let's give you a cool-off period.
Is it Safal?
Not Safal. Just pass on the mic next to you.
Is it Dalda?
Not Dalda. Okay, let's bring the mic forward.
Palmolive?
Not Palmolive. Let's go at the back, right at the corner. Yes?
It's NDDB, National Dairy Development Board.
NDDB established what? What brand resulted? That side. Yeah, just go at the corner. Far corner. Yeah.
Sir, Tara.
Tara, that is correct. It is indeed Tara. That's the answer. That's very good. And there's an audience prize coming. All right, back to teams on stage. We will take a look at the scores after the end of 2 rounds. Scores as follows. Jayakanthan currently on 25 and leading. Pabitra from Kochi on 5 points. Hyderabad Ayman with a couple of answers currently placed second with a score of 20. Then we have Shubham and Anirudh on table 4 and table 6, both on 15 points apiece, and Abhinav still to open his account. Let's give a round of applause to all these participants. Still early days, participants sitting very close to each other, not just on stage, but also where they are parked on the scoreboard. So 25, 20, 15, 15, 5, and yet to open their account. We'll now move on to a very important round, a very crucial round. Something that all of us kind of, were, when we heard this news, we were kind of taken aback in terms of how mortal life is. So the following round is a Tata tribute. A couple of weeks ago, we had Mr. Ratan Tata passing away. So this is a round that tributes Mr. Ratan Tata and the entire Tata group, right? So what I'll do is I'll be asking 5 questions from the world of Tatas. All the questions will be on the buzzer. You won't have anything coming on screen. So just listen to me carefully. If you interrupt me while I'm reading the question, I will stop reading the question, because by hitting the buzzer, you've indicated that you know the answer already. So I don't need to read out the remainder of the question. There's 5 points for a correct answer, -5 for a wrong answer. And I will allow for 3 buzzers per question. If all 3 of you give me a wrong answer, then that's it. Question over, goes to the audience. All right, clear? Nothing's on screen. Okay, all right. Clear? Clear, everyone?
If someone buzzes in wrong, and after that there's nobody else buzzed in,
I will continue.
You'll complete the question.
Yeah, I will continue unless somebody else is on the buzzer. Okay? All right, let's reset the buzzer. First question coming up. I mean, it won't be on screen, but I'll read it out. Here's the first question common to all the participants on stage. I'm looking for the name of a country. Okay, I'm looking for the name of a country. All right. Exactly a year ago, there was an operation called Operation Ajay. And obviously, with that name, it had to be a successful one. So it was a fairly successful operation. 6 chartered Air India flights brought back 1,200 Indians, from which on the buzzer is Ayman.
From Ukraine.
From Ukraine. I'm afraid that is incorrect. That's a -5. Aman. Question goes to Anirudh. Quick, please. Not no answer? All right, that's a -5. You can't take as much time. Question goes to Pabitra.
Sudan.
Sudan, I'm afraid that is incorrect as well. That's a -5. Oh dear, 3 different participants collecting negatives. So that's a -5 Kochi, -5 Hyderabad, and -5 Mumbai. Yes, exactly a year ago, 7th October 2023. A week later, what followed? Israel, that is correct. Israel, absolutely. Let's give him a prize. Very good. Oh dear, bad miss teams on stage. Let's reset the buzzer. We'll move on to the next one. Yeah, and anyway, 3 answers were given. All I would have just said, brought back 1200 Indians, from which country was the only thing that was less. Yeah, 3 maximum. All 3 had buzzed. Next one. I'm looking for the awareness for what? Okay, awareness for what? Featuring Sanjeev Kapoor in its ads, the Tata Trust runs a campaign titled Gaat Pe Dhyan. I repeat, I'll repeat regardless. Gaat Pe Dhyan. Yes, Anirudh.
This is Tata Salt iodine deficiency.
All right, that is incorrect. That's a -5. Anirudh. Question goes to Aman. Yes.
Is it for breast cancer?
All right. It said Gaat Pe Dhyan.
And so Gaat basically is to lumps or cancer basically.
So what is Sanjeev Kapoor doing in the ads? You don't know? I'll tell you what he was doing. So Gaat Pe Dhyan, an initiative that encourages women to prioritize their health, chiefly focusing on early detection of which disease. It is indeed breast cancer. And Sanjeev Kapoor in that ad draws a parallel between addressing lumps in food and checking for breast lumps. That is correct. Hyderabad, Aman, you lost 5 points on the last one. Now you got your 5 points back. Unfortunately, Anirudh, that's a -5. Amongst the many initiatives of Tata Trust, that is one of them, but that wasn't the question that I was looking for. I was looking for another one. All right, let's reset the buzzer. We'll move on to question number 3. I'm looking for a person. Okay, your answer is a name of a person. While Bill Gates and Melinda Gates were second, and Anirudh, take the mic.
Jamshedji Tata.
What is my question?
Top on the top philanthropist. The top philanthropist.
Who's number 3?
Number 3, not sure, but Jamshedji Tata was number.
All right, my question. While Bill Gates and Melinda Gates were second and Henry Wellcome was third, who topped the list in the 2021 Edelgive Hurun Philanthropists of the Century with a reported estimated current value of donations equaling over $100 billion, topping BMGF's contribution of $74.6 billion? It is Jamshedji Tata. Absolutely. That is correct. Anirudh, well done. You lost a couple of negatives. Now you got one of them back. So that's 5 points to Mumbai. Anirudh, very good. We'll reset the buzzer. We'll move on to the next question. I'm looking for a certain art form. Art form, okay? My question. Which ancient Indian tribal folk art can be seen on the jerseys of Jamshedpur? Yes, Anirudh. Take the mic.
Warli art.
My question. Can be seen on the jerseys of Jamshedpur Football Club. These rudimentary paintings make use of basic geometric shapes and symbolize the value of various elements of nature hailing from this part of the country. It is indeed the Warli art. Absolutely. So Anirudh, you've collected back both the negatives that you lost. So that's another +5 for you, this one. Very good. Let's reset the buzzer. And finally, the last question. I'm looking for a quote. Okay, I'm looking for a quote. There's a quote here, so you have to just sort of complete that quote for me. The cover of the book, Small Wonder Making of the Nano by Philippe Chaco, features a quote by late Sri Ratan Tata from the unveiling of the Tata Nano about its 1 lakh price regardless of the increase in manufacturing costs. He said, having said that, essentially talking about the increase in manufacturing costs. He said, having said that, I just want to say that's because a blank is a blank. Fill in the blanks with the same word. A quote. Yes, Anirudh, take the mic.
A promise is a promise.
A promise is a promise of 5 points. Absolutely. That is correct. Right. Well done, Anirudh. You gave answers on all 5. 2 of them didn't fall into your favor, but 3 of them certainly did. And I think 1 answer came from Eamon. Right. So that wraps up the Tata tribute. Let's have a round of applause for all these participants on stage. Before we move on, let me ask a couple of, the tribute continues, and let me ask a couple of questions to the audience as well, right, from the world of Tata. So show of hands if you think you know the answers. Here is my couple of questions to the audience. Few years ago, Tata Mutual Fund came out with a comic book in which a character called Professor Simply Simple can be seen. Yes. You have an answer already?
Professor Supandi.
I'll complete my question. Character Professor Simply Simple can be seen educating someone about its investing procedures. Which comic character is learning these simple procedures? It is indeed Supandi. Absolutely, that is correct. There's a prize coming for you. Very good. Okay. There is a tournament called the Wimbledon of Chess. It is organized by the Tata Steel, and so it's called the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. It is held on a location on the North Sea. In which country every year? The Tata Steel Chess Tournament. So as a result of various mergers and acquisitions that Tata Steel had done, they decided to continue with the legacy. So in this country far off, which country? Let's have a mic this side.
Belgium.
Not Belgium. Let's have a mic here.
Bulgaria.
Not Bulgaria. Let's go that side, further corner. Netherlands, that is correct. It is indeed Netherlands. It was earlier called Chorus, then Tata's bought it, and so it became the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. So fine answer. Very good. Let's give him a round of applause, and the applause for the other answer coming from for Supandi in the middle. All right. So that's the end of 3 rounds. We'll continue with the teams on stage. We'll reset the buzzer and begin with our next round. Round number 4 is called double bounce. Here in this round, I'll be asking 6 questions and we'll pass reverse. There's nothing on the buzzer, so you don't have to hit the buzzer. First question to Anirudh from Mumbai, and then we'll pass reverse Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and so on. Every question has more than 1 answer, so 2 answers. Even if it has 3 answers, I split them into 2 parts. So if you give me 1 part, I'll give you 5 points. If you give me both parts, I'll give you 10. If 1 part is already given, then I won't declare whether that answer is correct. I'll move on to the remaining, and somebody else gives me the full answer. I'll give them the full 10, and the other participant will get 5 points. All right? Clear? Okay, no queries here. So we'll start. Anirudh, first question. So, and again, yet again, like we did earlier, whoever answers, the player after them gets the next question. This round is brought to you by our partner. It's powered by Indian Oil. So here's my question to Anirudh. Trevor Jackson, who you see here, is a former UK Royal Navy officer who developed a metal air technology as a longer lasting alternative to lithium ion batteries. My question is, what stable metal is at the core of this energy dense technology? So the lack of energy density is one of the criticisms for lithium ion, and so he created an alternative. Exploring its potential implications are the likes of Japan's Fuji Pigment and which company from Israel that has formed a joint venture with Indian Oil in 2021, whose logo you see at the bottom. So one is the alternative to lithium ion, and the other is the company with, so they want to explore the same technology that Trevor Jackson pioneered. Essentially, the technology has been around for a while, but Trevor Jackson sort of created a more commercially reliable, stable version of it.
I don't know the second one. I'll just guess X, and that is hydrogen.
All right. I'll pass without saying whether that is correct or incorrect. I'll come to that later only when I have a complete answer. Yes, Abhinav?
I'll say nickel for the first bit and pass for the second.
Passing for the second. Shubham? Okay, Shubham can't give
no,
you full time.
okay, yeah. So first one could be aluminium. Okay. The second one is it Ajinta or Ahinta, something like that. Don't remember. Yeah.
Are you giving an answer for the second part?
Yeah.
Which is?
Ahintas or Ahintas.
Okay, there can't be an or.
Okay, is it Ahintas? Okay.
All right, pass it.
I'll guess for the first part cadmium.
Okay, second one?
No idea.
No? Pavitra?
Pass.
Passing. Jayakantan?
The first part is aluminium, and the second one is Finergy.
Is correct. That's the complete answer that I was looking for. Absolutely. It is indeed aluminium, air, and Finergy. So that's 5 points to Shubham for giving me aluminium, and that's a complete tenner to Jayakantan for giving me the complete answer. It's a mighty fine answer. I already clarified. I mean, these guys could have repeated also. He could have taken somebody else's guess. He could have said nickel. He could have said cadmium. He could have said, I forgot what Anirudh said. But anyway, right? So if you give a full answer, you'll get full points. But whoever gives half answer gets half points, right? So 5 and 10. So that's 5 points to Shubham and 10 points to Jayakantan. And we go back to Anirudh. Anirudh, your question. A certain company recently filed documents for its IPO. In the DRHP, X is the company in question, had to mention Y as a promoter since SEBI insists that a holder of sizable chunk of a company should be listed as a promoter. But making matters interesting is the fact that X highlighted the risk of having Y as a corporate promoter. So in its DRHP, they said that the fact that we have Y as a promoter is kind of risky. That's because Y itself sells products in direct competition with X and has stakes in these California and Taiwan companies whose logos you see here, which compete with what business X is into. Give me both answers. Give me which company that recently filed documents for its IPO and who's the promoter, which the company itself listed as being risky. That's the Taiwan-based company. That's the logo. And the other one is the California-based company. Yes.
I'll just say X as Swiggy.
X as?
Swiggy.
Swiggy, okay. And the promoter would be?
Promoter would be Tencent.
All right. Passes?
I'll say X is Hyundai.
All right.
And Y I'll say is Kia Motors.
Okay. Shubham?
X is Hyundai. Y is Y could be Mitsubishi.
All right. Passes?
Swiggy, Zomato.
Okay.
X is Hyundai. Pass.
Passing? Jayakantan?
I'll say X is Hyundai India and Y is the Hyundai Global.
Okay, the global group, the India and the global. This was yours. I have no answer correct on stage. Let's take it to the audience. Let's go this side. Let's not repeat, okay? We'll repeat later. Let's go to newer people. Yes.
It's Ola India and Finergy.
Okay, not Ola. We'll move on to somebody else. Anybody else? Yeah, this side. No, it's not Gogoro. Nobody else? All right. This is, so the corporate promoter in question, everybody I don't think got the industry right. You came close, but you got the number of wheels wrong. The industry, of course, is bikes. So that was Zero Motorcycles, which is co-owned by Hero Motorcycles, right? That is one of the corporate promoters. In which companies recently listed DRHP? Ather, that is correct, right? So Ather and Hero owns 37% stake in Ather and sells electric two-wheelers under the Vida brand, right? So that's what I was looking for. So very interesting, the fact that they filed a DRHP and then they said, you know, our promoter is kind of risky for us. But Hero manufactures the Vida brand of electric bikes and also co-owns Ather. Right, no answers coming. Tough one that, deserving of the national final here at the 21st edition of Hindu Business Line Celebration Quiz. Question now to Abhinav. Here's number 3. Next month, November 2024, is shaping up to be an interesting month for a certain industry in India. So one answer is the industry. While the sun sets on one brand from the industry, a couple of days later, another brand is stretching its offerings by introducing a new category that customers until now associated with the Y. Now, my two parts, the two divisions, one is the industry, and the two brands in the industry collectively get you 5 points. So you have to give me all three for 10 points. Okay, Abhinav.
For X, I'll say clothing.
Clothing,
Yeah.
okay. And the two brands?
I have no idea. Pass.
Passing. Shubham?
Is this ticketing industry
Ticketing industry,
yeah.
all right. And the two brands would be?
It's Book My Show, and now Paytm Insider is owned by Zomato.
So what are your two answers for Y and Z?
Book My Show and Zomato.
All right. Passes?
I would say airline industry, Vistara and Air India. Air India and Vistara.
Okay. Passes?
Pass.
Take guesses. Come on, there are no negatives.
This is airline industry and specifically the full service airlines, premium airlines, which offer business class and all that. Vistara was offering it earlier. It's going to end, and Indigo is starting Indigo Stretch.
Is correct. That is why italics I said stretching. That is the answer. Absolutely. So it is the aviation industry. On November 12, we'll have the last Delhi-Mumbai sector flight for Vistara. A couple of days later, Indigo begins its Indigo Stretch, which would be the premium offering. That is correct. So that's 10 points to Jaykantan and 5 points to Airman for giving me the airline or the aviation industry. You got Vistara right, but I needed you, for 5 points, I needed you to give me both correct. So that's 10 points to Jaykantan and 5 points to Airman. Let's have a round of applause for both. Points being split between two. Anirudh having a lucky day. Another direct. Here's your question. I'm looking for two names or two surnames. During the first Nawab of Bengal, Murshid Quli Khan's rule, a few Bengali family names evolved from positions in the administration. There were two such Persian names. X, which is also the surname of the gentleman on top, is a name given to the paymaster or a subordinate in the collector's department responsible for paying wages. So the name is derived from the word for tip or gratuity. And Y, a name for revenue collectors, is derived from a word which meant chief or leader. Give me the two names. Derived from the time of the Nawab of Bengal, Murshid Quli Khan's rule, from various administrators working with him. What two names, Anirudh? Anirudh. Datta.
I'll pass it.
Oh, I thought that last second prod was trying to extract some answer, but no. Okay, Abhinav.
I'll say Bakshi for the X and I don't know, Deshmukh for second.
Deshmukh and?
Bakshi.
Okay. Passes?
I don't know, like Banerjee Chatterjee is something. Bad guess, but.
No wonder I just turned around immediately.
He is Hemant Bakshi, so Bakshi and Desh Pandey.
Okay. Pavitra?
Desmukh Deshpande.
Okay. Jayakantan?
This is Bakshi and Talukdar.
Bakshi and Talukdar, no. So that's 5 points to Anirudh for Bakshi. Sorry, Abhinav. I'm sorry. Abhinav, that's 5 points to you for Bakshi. What's the other one? It's a very simple chief or leader. Give me variations of that name and I'm sure in 2 or 3 guesses we'll have it. Yes, sir. Not Munshi, chief or leader.
Mukut.
Not Mukul something.
Mukut.
Mukut. Okay, no. Sarpanch, no.
Is it Sarkar?
Sarkar, that is correct. That's Anish Sarkar of Sodexo and Hemant Bakshi, the former Ola CEO. Right, so Bakshi and Sarkar, absolutely. Let's have a prize that side. Very good answer. 5 points there to Abhinav on stage. And we move on to the next question, hoping for better guesses coming from Shivam. Here's your question. Or I'll give you larger visuals also, but we'll read out the question first. Last week, this 2012 book, Why Nations Fail, became a subject of discussion again because of its authors. Now, why were the authors in the news? That's one part. You don't have to name them. You can just tell me why were the authors in the news. And before his chief economic advisor stint in 2013, Arvind Subramanian offered a critique when the book was released, became really popular, became a bestseller. So he offered his critique of the daring monocausal explanation with 2 nations as glaring exceptions. So he said that the answer why nations fail, so there was only one answer that the book offered. And so Arvind Subramanian offered a critique for it, right? And he offered a critique citing exceptions. So he offered 2 exceptions, all right? One was Y, which is way below the line, is too economically underdeveloped given the quality of its political institutions. And Z, which is well above the line, is too rich given its lack of democratic institutions. Now, my question is, for 5 points, tell me which 2 countries, and for 5 points, tell me why were the authors in the news. Here's a larger question. So you can see X and Y are removed. You have to tell me both. In the X-axis is democracy index. On the Y-axis is economic development, log per capita, PPP, GDP. And the book is called Why Nations Fail. Why were the authors in the news? And Arvind Subramanian offered which 2 nations as glaring exceptions. As you can see, they are really off the chart in terms of somewhat of a 45-degree up and to the right. One is too economically underdeveloped given the quality of its political institutions, and the other is too rich given the lack of its democratic institutions. Yes.
The book, can I name the author or that wouldn't matter?
I mean, you can, the author doesn't get points, so you can still name the author if you want, but if you can't give the reason right, you might be giving hints to others. So I'm more interested in why were they in the news.
Okay, so I think Raghuram Rajan, okay, the reason would be that...
you gave a name of a person and you said?
Raghuram Rajan.
Raghuram Rajan, alright.
So they were news maybe arguing about like maybe how India is, maybe why is not why. Okay, fine. So I'll give you. So one.
Okay, wait.
Saudi.
Yeah. Take 2 seconds. Take a deep breath. 1, 2. Now, in one go, give me your answers, whatever it is that you have to offer.
Sure.
Give me why were they in the news, if at all, or you can move on to the next one.
Argument on Twitter about the...
Some argument on Twitter,
about the finance, the budget or the economic policy or something like that.
Okay. Don't keep saying or in your answer, right? Don't hedge your bets, please. And which are the 2 countries?
Okay. So one is Bangladesh and one would be Saudi Arabia.
All right. Goes to Aman.
They are in news because Why Nations Fail was in news because of the Nobel Prize research of the authors. Narrow Corridor and Nations Failing and Prosperity. So Nobel Prize and Economics Nobel Prize. And countries, I'm just guessing Yemen and Saudi.
Yemen and Saudi. Passes?
In news because of Nobel Prize in Economics. And the countries Bangladesh and Sri Lanka.
Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Jaikantan?
Because of the Nobel Prize in Economics and this is
quick, Jaikantan on the pass.
India and China.
Is correct. That's the answer. Absolutely. Do you want to tell me the correct order also? Which would be which? So why too economically underdeveloped given the quality of its political institutions would be?
India.
And China would be too rich given the lack of its democratic institutions. That is correct. Absolutely. Full answer there. So that's 10 points to Jaikantan and 5 points to Eamon. We've seen that script previously as well. So let's give them both a round of applause. Right. So these were the authors who won the Economics Nobel not too long ago. And of course, India and China, which, as Arvind Subramanian said, were glaring exceptions to the monocausal explanation that he gave. He just said that, you know, I mean, in the book, they said that failure of the political institutions. Right, so that's 10 points to Chennai, 5 points to Hyderabad, and the lucky day of Anirudh continues. Anirudh, here's your question. This sketch of the then Finance Minister, Manmohan Singh, accompanied the article, Budget Cannot Provide Free Lunches, written by S. Venkataramanan, former governor of the RBI, in the inaugural edition of which newspaper? That's one. And who was the cartoonist?
This is the only cartoon that R.K. Lakshman drew, and it appeared in the Hindu BusinessLine first edition.
How many bonus points for that smile on your face do you want for that? That is correct. Absolutely. 10 points. It is indeed R.K. Lakshman, the only cartoon that appeared in the BusinessLine by R.K. Lakshman on the very eve of its launch. He happened to be at the office, and it is the entity and the organization that has brought Cerebration to you. Let's have a round of applause for that fine answer and for this program that we've gathered here for. All right, that is the end of 4 rounds. So we will take a look at the scores. But before we do that, let's quickly take a look at some audience questions. All right, questions for the audience. Okay, sometime back there was a test match going on at Kanpur, India versus Bangladesh, heavily impacted by the rain, and even then India got into baseball mode and still happened to win it. There was another element that impacted the flow of proceedings in that test match, and that was monkeys. That made life really difficult for the camera crew and everybody else who was on top corners of the stadium at Green Park in Kanpur. And so what the Uttar Pradesh Cricket Association did is they hired the services of what? On show of hands, please. Show of hands. Yes, sir. Langurs, absolutely. Right, that is correct. Let's have a prize in front for sir. Let's also have a round of applause. It is indeed langurs. Right, so they decided to hire langurs, and even when you go to Kanpur station, you'll see life-size placards of langurs everywhere. All right, one more question. Back in 2011, the Koshyari Committee, the Bhagat Singh Koshyari Committee, was appointed by the government, which found merit in what debate / discussion that had been going on and strongly recommended for its implementation. Back in 2011, it's a issue that has been around for a while. Yes, take the mic.
OROP.
And what is that?
One rank, one pension.
That is correct. That's the answer. It is indeed one rank, one pension. Absolutely. Very good. And so the action continues for participants on stage after the penultimate round. Let's take a look at the scores. So Jaykantan from Chennai, currently leading with a score of 55 points. Please give him a round of applause. Some distance away, but still fighting. Our Ayman from Sale Bhilai, he is on 30 alongside Anirudh, who's given quite a few, collected few negatives, but still managed to keep his second place. He's up 30 as well. Then we have Shubham on 20, Abhinav on 5, and Pabitra is on 0. Right, so those are the scores moving into the final round. 55, 30, 30, 25, and 0. Let's move on. Final round. A fairly long last round. Round 5 is called 3 in a row. I'll be asking you one set of 3 questions. So every player gets 3 questions. All questions will be on the buzzer, but first attempt will be by the direct player. All right. So we'll go reverse. Anirudh gets the first set and we'll go reverse. Some of you played this in the regional, some of you did not. But here's how it works. In the ending of the answer will be the beginning of the next question, right? So, for example, if one answer is Ajay, then the second answer could be Jayant, and the third answer could be Antelope. I just came up with something. So, in the ending of one answer is the beginning of the next answer, right? So, once when you know what that answer is, you need to figure out yourself. Does the next answer begin with the 2 last letters, 3 last letters, 4 last letters? That's the hard work that I'll need you to do, right? Okay, so what you'll get is 15 seconds of time as a direct participant after I'm done reading the question. If the 15 seconds of time is up, whether or not I have an answer from you, I'll just take it to whoever's on the buzzer. All right, so within 15 seconds, I need an answer coming from the direct participant. If you don't give me an answer, there's no negative. All right, and even if you give me a wrong answer, there is no negative. All right, negative only on the buzzer. All right, negative only on the buzzer. For each question, plus 10, minus 5. This is specifically on the buzzer. 2 correct answers come with 5-pointer bonuses. So if a direct participant gives me 2 answers correct, 10 and 10, and a 5, so that's 25. 3 answers correct, 10, 10, and a bonus 10. So that's 40. However, on the buzzer, on the direct, you can give me all 3 wrong answers, 1 on each question, obviously. Hold on. Allow me to be done. You can give me 3 wrong answers on your questions, 1 by 1, right? And on your direct questions, you don't get any negatives. I will not ask you to sit out. But on the buzzer, if you give me wrong answers, you cannot attempt further questions in the same set. Clear?
All 3 questions will come.
All 6 of you will get 3 direct questions.
If it's somebody on the direct, do the bonuses apply to them?
Yes.
Okay. And buzzer takes precedent or the direct?
Direct takes precedence. Done? All right. First question or first set will be to Anirudh. Anirudh, you don't need to press the buzzer. You don't have to worry about negatives, at least on this set. Others, you're on the buzzer. I will allow for 3 buzzers per question. All right. Anirudh, your question, your first question for the first set. Established in the year 2000 as the first of its kind based on recommendations made by the NH Siddiqui Committee. A year after, RBI said, a system needs to be developed where entrepreneurs with honesty and integrity are encouraged and willful defaulters are denied access to bank credit. What first of its kind am I looking for? A certain industry. Right, nobody, Anirudh isn't trying. There is nobody else on the buzzer either. Anybody would like to go for it? Right, willful defaulters are access denied to bank credit. I thought that was a fairly important clue. Let's pass on the mic there.
Is it income tax?
Not income tax. Established in 2000. Death and taxes, permanent.
It's civil actually.
Civil, that is correct. Whoever said that on the mic, it is indeed civil. Somebody gave a civil answer earlier on. Now comes civil, right? So this is civil. Well done. Let's have a round of applause to whoever gave that answer. Sorry, I couldn't identify. I didn't know where the mic was. This side? All right. Very well done, sir. That's the second answer that you've given. All right. So this is civil. Nobody answered this. Next question, yet again, a direct to Anirudh, everybody else on the buzzer. There's an audio here. Listen to the audio. Question follows.
This is a show about our future.
The world is facing a lot of big challenges right now.
Climate change,
Creating responsible AI.
misinformation, income inequality, dealing with infectious diseases.
But I believe we can solve them.
Released last month, What's Next? The Future with Y is a 5-episode series where this person or Y tackles far-reaching topics from artificial intelligence to income inequality with curiosity and an open mind. Who is the person in question, Anirudh?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, absolutely, that is correct. It is indeed Bill Gates, the future. With Bill Gates, what's next? That is correct, Anirudh. That gets you 10 points. Well done. And a round of applause. Come on, audience. This is the national final. Teams that have struggled, participants that have struggled hard to be here. Well done there, Anirudh. That gets you 10 points. And we'll reset the buzzer. And we move on to the final question. Anirudh, you get this one, you get a bonus 5. Okay, there's no negative for you. What word is shared by a 2007 four-wheel superbike concept by Yamaha that did not go into production due to the financial crisis? That's on the left. An OCR engine developed by HP until they open sourced its development in 2005, and that's when Google took over. And the hypercube seen in this crucifixion painting by Salvador Dali on the right. Anirudh, I need an answer. Nothing? Passing. All right, question goes to Abhinav.
Tesseract.
Tesseract, absolutely, that is correct. It is indeed the Tesseract. It's a fine answer, Abhinav. That gets you 10 points. And that completes the set. Sybil, Bill Gates, and Tesseract. So on that set, we had Anirudh collecting 10, Abhinav collecting 10. And we'll reset the buzzer and we'll now move on to direct questions.
What about the bonus?
Nobody got any bonus.
Okay.
Nobody got 2.
Yeah, because 2 answers, one from Anirudh, one from Abhinav.
So you get 2, you get 5, and you get all 3, you get 10, is it?
That's correct. Okay, 2 from the same participant, right? Not from different people. Right, next one, Abhinav, your set of 3 questions, everybody else on the buzzer. The 4-leaf clover-like symbol on the command key of a Mac keyboard is inspired by this Swedish castle, but a similar, albeit curvy, logo of the transport company X, founded in 2011, draws inspiration from the Rangoli art of the region from where this transport company is. There's no negative on the direct.
So this is the Namma Bangalore logo, the metro.
The Namma Bangalore.
Expanded to other things, but Namma Bangalore.
The metro. That is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. That's well done. So it's inspired by the Rangoli art of the region you see outside the gate, especially on festive occasions. That is correct from metro, right? Namma metro. So that's 10 points to Abhinav. Very well done. We'll reset the buzzer. And we'll give Abhinav the next question as well. Everybody else on the buzzer. Here's your question, Abhinav. Give me a 2-word term that connects the 3 visuals.
I'll say.
Yeah, please.
Rotaract.
Rotaract. I'm afraid that's not correct. Question will go to Anirudh, who's on the buzzer. Yes, Anirudh?
Round table.
Round table, that is correct. Indeed, you can see the round table conference with Gandhi and the British, the round table India at the end. That is the answer that I was looking for. That's very well done. Anirudh gets you 10 points. On your set, Abhinav collected a few points. On his set, you collect 10 points. That's very good. 10 points to Anirudh. On that question, we'll reset the buzzer and we'll move on to the final question for this set. Also to Abhinav. Abhinav, here's your question. There's a video here executed by JWT. What campaign that coincided with India's 2011 ODI World Cup victory is this? Yes, Abhinav.
This is the Bleed Blue campaign.
Bleed Blue. From round table, you left with BLE, so you say Bleed Blue. That is correct. That's the answer. That's well done. Abhinav, it is indeed the Bleed Blue campaign. So when it comes to distribution of points, Abhinav, that's 10 points to you. And the fact that you gave me the second answer in this set gets you a 5-pointer bonus. So that's 25 points in this set to Abhinav and Anirudh, who got 10. Well done. All right, let's reset and move on to Shubham. Shubham, your set of questions. Here's first question for set number 3 for you, others on the buzzer. Hailing from Coventry, the bicycle capital of the UK, which automotive company began as a cycle manufacturer that won Victor Johnson Olympic golds in 1908? That's Victor Johnson on the right. While the name survives through different owners, the original incarnation merged into Leyland in 1967. What name am I looking for? Three seconds, no answer.
Opel.
All right, passes to Abhinav.
Rover.
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 As a cycle company.
Yeah.
And different owners, but the original incarnation.
I think that's the logo. I think that is what I went for.
Different owners being, of course, the Tatas through Land Rover, right? Absolutely correct. That's well done indeed, Abhinav. It's a good answer. That gets you 10 points. Very good. All right, so that's Rover. Rover was earlier into cycle manufacturing, then got into bicycle manufacturing, then went into four-wheeler manufacturing. Right, next question, also for Shubham. We'll reset the buzzer. Here's your question, Shubham. Recently, why? Because it's the second one in your set. So why bought the fiber optic network Frontier for $20 billion, thus officially ending a very strange chapter in American business, where big telecoms were trying to become media companies, a project that ended in a rather unpleasant manner. Why spend billions of dollars on AOL, Yahoo, Tumblr, Huffington Post, and the short-lived social entertainment company Go90? Yes, Shubha. Who bought the fiber optic network Frontier for $20 billion? Spent billions of dollars on AOL, Yahoo, Tumblr. Take the mic, please.
Verizon Media.
Verizon Media. That is correct. That's the answer. It is indeed Verizon. Absolutely. So Shubham, on your direct, you collect 10 points. Well done. And a round of applause. Very good. Fine answer there. All right. So with Verizon, we'll move on to the final question of the set. We'll reset the buzzer. And we'll move on to the final question to Shubham. Shubham, here's your question. There is a video here. Watch the video.
चुटकी में चिपकाए very quick.
All right, a fairly iconic ad, but in this ad, the younger actor played what iconic advertising mascot in a for a different brand that has also been played by these actors who you see in the visual, among others. So the name of the mascot includes the name of a certain brand. And that's important. 3 seconds, Shubham.
This is a Pidilite ad, but...
All right, your time's up. On the buzzer is Abhinav.
Onida Devil.
And who's the actor?
I don't know. That is Bashir something. I don't remember the original name.
Rajesh Khera. Of course, and the more important one, David Whitbread with a cake. So perhaps David Whitcake. It is indeed Onida Devil. That's the answer. That's very well done, Abhinav. Fine answer there. Gets you 10 points. And on top of that, because you gave me an earlier answer that was Rover in that set, which means you get 5 points bonus. So 25 points in that set to Abhinav and 10 points to Shubham for the middle answer. That's well done to both of you. All right, 3 sets remain. We go to Eamon now. We'll reset the buzzer. All right, Eamon, your set of 3 questions. Here's question number 4. Sorry, set number 4, question 1. Hailing from Kerala, who you see here is Mr. George V. Neriam Parambil, runs an air conditioning company called Geo Group Global. With 22 flats to his name, he is the largest property owner in what iconic address? Seven seconds for everyone to press the buzzer and Eamon to give an answer.
No idea.
Not answering. There's no negative on the direct, but I have a buzz coming from Shivam.
Is this Burj Khalifa?
It is the Burj Khalifa, the iconic address in question. That's well done, Shivam. Mighty fine answer, gets you 10 points. I don't think anybody else was interested in attempting, but that was predominantly because there was a negative that came with it, but you took the risk. That's well done. 10 points to you. We'll reset the buzzer and give another question to Eamon. All right, Eamon, here's your question, number 2. There's an audio here. Listen to the audio. Right, question. Boeing, as JP Morgan highlighted recently, is on the verge of becoming the largest Y on record. Y is a bond that was once very good investment, but is now not really worth much. What 2-word name is Y that is also the title of this song by Iron Maiden? Five seconds for anyone to show intent and Eamon to give an answer. No answer. So, and there's nobody on the buzzer, I'm guessing. This is the first question that has gone to the audience in this round. But let's have an answer from there. Yes, sir?
Is it the junk bund?
No, you have to remember that the last answer was Burj Khalifa. So the answer for this one has to start somewhere where the word Khalifa ends. So obviously junk fund doesn't work. And I had, for example, I was peeping into what Eamon was writing. He was trying to write fast or something, but that didn't work. But anyway, so essentially he was on the right track. He knew where the word ends, so he had to start from there. So anyone? No? No Iron Maiden fans? The answer that I was looking for is Fallen Angel, right? So it's called Fallen Angel. A bond that is worth much, but now not so much. Okay. Last question for this set to Eamon again, perhaps the third time lucky. Here's your question. Following a Japanese patent in 1982, what was introduced by Sakura with the unimaginatively named Ballsign 280 when an upgraded version was first launched in the US as Ballsign 80 was it was named as Sakura Jelly Roll? We have interest from others on the buzzer. Eamon, what's your answer? 5 seconds.
Gel pen.
Is correct. That's the answer. Absolutely. It is indeed the gel pen. So they named it, instead of having some numbers in the name, they eventually named it a fairly interesting one. Arguably, of course, Sakura Jelly Roll for a gel pen. That is correct, Eamon. So in that set, no bonuses unfortunately, but 10 points to Shivam for Burj Khalifa and 10 points to Eamon, who was indeed third time lucky, gets 10 points on his final question in the set. 2 sets remain. We'll reset the buzzer, give the next set to Pabitra. Pabitra, your first question in your set, everybody else on the buzzer. If LIC 197, Coal India and Reliance Power make up number 2 to number 5 in the list, what is number 1?
Hyundai.
And what is it about?
IPO.
What about the IPO?
Largest IPO.
And so joining this list at number 1 place earlier this week is Hyundai Motor. That is correct. That's the answer. That's well done, Pabitra. Absolutely. So this is the list of largest IPOs. Hyundai Motor happened earlier this week, and the others, LIC 197, and all the others happening in the last few years. that's well. Hyundai Motor, yeah? Motor, yeah. Yes, what you see on screen. Right, Pabitra, well done. That's 10 points to you. Now here's another question and an opportunity for you to collect bonuses and others to buzz as well. Here's question number 2 for the set. Completed in 2020. Sorry, reset the buzzer, reset the buzzer. Here's, yeah, please reset the buzzer. Okay. Anybody wanted to press the buzzer? You can press it now. Somebody press the buzzer, we've reset it. Okay, fine. Please keep that in mind that you have to reset. Completed in 2020, this is the new corporate headquarters of what was formerly called France Telecom. They opted to use copper-coated aluminium as part of the building's exterior rather than the more obvious color they're known by since 2013. Which company am I looking for? Pabitra?
This Tor browser.
Which one?
Tor browser.
Tor browser. I'm afraid that's not correct. I'll pass the question to Jaykantan.
This is orange.
Copper-coated aluminium as part of the building's exterior rather than the more obvious color they're known by since 2013 is indeed orange. Absolutely. Earlier called France Telecom, then rebranded to orange. So really fine answer there by Jaykantan. That gets you 10 points. We'll move on to the final question in the set. Let's reset the buzzer. Here's the final question, Pabitra. Back in 2009, at the peak of the swine flu pandemic, researchers at Northwestern and at Indiana University built an algorithm predicting the spread of the flu to understand the pattern of human travel. They used the data collected on the website Where's Blank, which tracks the movement of dollar bills. Please fill in the blank. Fill in the blank for me. 5 seconds. Pabitra, do you have an answer? No. So it goes to Jaykantan again, perhaps at a cusp of collecting some bonuses too.
This is Where's George from George Washington.
That is correct. Absolutely. This is Where's George, right? Because George Washington appears on $1 bill. And so it tracks where all the, I mean, whoever's interested, it's a crowdsourced platform. So anybody can pitch in and tell whatever serial number of the dollar bill that they've found, and they can put it up on this website. It has inspired many others. So that's 10 points to Jaykantan for that question. And for the entire set, we have Pabitra taking 10 and Jaykantan collecting 25 for giving me 2 correct answers in that set. Right. So Hyundai Motor, Orange, and George.
Could we take a look at the scores, please?
You wanna?
Yeah, just last question, right?
Can I get scores in a card? Just give me scores in a card. All right. While we get that, let's ask audience questions. Okay. Questions for the audience. Okay. A certain inclusionary reason connects 3 elements that I'll talk about. One would be New York's Barbizon Hotel in 1981. Somerville College in Oxford in 1994, and from the Olympics in 2024, artistic swimming or synchronized swimming. Some inclusionary reason is common to all these 3 elements that I talked about in the various years that I spoke of. So Barbizon Hotel in New York in 1981, Somerville College in Oxford in 1994, and Olympic artistic swimming earlier this year. What happened for the first time? What major significant change happened in the Olympic swimming? Artistic swimming, sorry, not just swimming. This year. Yes, sir.
Use of, inclusion of physically challenged people to perform?
No. Not inclusion of physically challenged people. I'll give the answer myself. The answer is that it was the first time. Yes, sir, you have an answer? Yeah. Yes, sir, please tell me. Already? That's all right. But do you want to give an answer? I'll give you another one.
I guess it's admission of blacks.
Admission of?
Blacks.
Admission of blacks. No. The answer is that this is the first time men were included in women's only entities. So till now, men weren't participating in synchronized swimming or artistic swimming. Men weren't allowed in this hotel. Men weren't allowed in Somerville College. And this is the first time in each of these years for each of these entities, we had men participating. Right, no answers from the audience on that one, but at this point, we'll take a look at the scores. Scores are as follows. I'll start from the bottom. Pabitra from Kochi currently at 10 points. Then we have, all right, the scores have increased significantly after the last time we checked. Eman and Shuvam, both of you on 40 points apiece. Then is Anirudh on 50 points. Then we have Abhinav, who's clawed his way back into the game with a score of 65. And we have Jaykantan from Chennai with a score of 80. Can we give them all a round of applause? Let's reset the buzzer. And we move on to the final set. And now that we've checked the scores, let me remind you that because we have a second runner-up prize, a first runner-up prize, and the champion's prize, of course, at the end of each of these questions, if there is somebody for whom it is mathematically impossible to have a strong chance of, giving themselves a possibility on landing anywhere on the podium, I will ask you to not be a part of the remaining questions. But of course, because we can have 3 different buzzers, if we don't have an answer coming within 15 seconds, then you can, if you want to attempt, press the buzzer after 15 seconds, okay? Not before 15 seconds. All right, at this point, the third place cutoff is 50, which would mean Pabitra, unfortunately. No, actually, no. With all 3 and everything on the bonus, fair enough. So we'll have everybody participating on this one. We'll take a look at this later. All right, so sixth set, first question coming up for Jaykantan, everybody else on the buzzer. Here's my question for you, the first of 3. There's got to be an audio here, so you can listen to the audio as well, or it will be accompanied by a visual, so feel free to hit the buzzer whenever. Listen to this.
Turned out that I had great interest in things electrical, from electrical trains on. We didn't have enough money to buy new trains, and so I would cut lawns and things and earn the money, and then buy ones that were turned in or scrap ones.
This is the 2201, the first consumer product by which eponymous company? Jaykantan, 3 seconds.
I'll say Bose.
Is correct. That's the answer. It is indeed Bose. Absolutely. That's well done, Jaykantan. That gets you 10 points. And we'll reset the buzzer. And what that means is, unfortunately, Pabitra, I don't think you can be third anymore, but well done. Let's give him a round of applause. Pabitra, very well done. Pabitra, however, you can press the buzzer, but after 15 seconds, all right? If you want to give answers to these questions. The others, however, still fighting for second or third place, respectively. We'll now move on to the next question. Here's question number 2 for Jaykantan. Invented by a Chinese astronomer in 132 CE. What is this device the earliest example of? It has 8 dragons hanging down from the top, facing a toad, each with its mouth open. What is this device? An earliest example of?
This is a device used to measure the intensity of earthquakes, a seismograph.
From Bose, you get the SE and you complete the remainder and you say seismograph. That is correct. Absolutely. To measure earthquakes. That's a fine answer. There by Jaykantan, that's another 10 points. And on top of that, gets you a bonus 5. So that's 25 points. There's some issue with this TV here. It says 50 seconds and then the power will be off. Press any key to cancel. Sort that. Right, so that was 10 points to Jayakanthan on that question, and alongside 5 bonus points as well, which would still keep our status quo for the participants, because at least the fight for the third place is still on. Yeah. And that TV has switched off. Okay, while we do that, let's ask some audience questions. Okay, questions for the audience. So we know that a few years ago the Notre Dame burnt down, right? And so there was this talk of reconstructing it, and the reconstruction and the renovation is ongoing. But a certain video game company stepped in to help restore it, donating 500,000 euros. You already have an answer. Yes. And you have a reason for why? And so they already had 3D model of the Notre Dame in place already. It is Ubisoft for its game Assassin's Creed. That's a fine answer there, and an audience prize. Right. Okay, one question remaining. We are, I think, back in business. Yes, we are. All right, final question coming up for this quiz. We'll reset the buzzer and we move on to the final question. Just give me a moment. Okay, here's the final question that's going to be for Jayakanthan. Jayakanthan, you've given both answers already. You've collected 5 bonus points. If you give me the next answer correct, I'll add another 5 bonus. So in all, you'll get 40. But for now, you've collected 25. Others on the buzzer. Right, here's my final question coming up. Number 3, the third for this set. On your screen now. Architect Chandrakant Patel and structural engineer Kamal Hadkar led the various facets of what building in the late 70s, with many firsts to its name. A central core constructed using a slip form technique. Wings were held up by thin steel matchstick columns, and a 100 feet diameter hall like an inverted basket. On the buzzer is Airman and quite a few others. Jayakanthan.
This is the Firoz GG Boy Tower, the BSc building.
Where we are right now, in this 100 feet diameter hall like an inverted basket, it is the Firoz GG Boy Towers. Right, absolutely well done there, Jayakanthan. Completing a full set, the only one on stage. Both Seismograph and Firoz GG Boy Towers. That gets Jayakanthan full set of 40 points on that final set of questions. Let's have a final round of applause for all these participants on stage. Let's have another set of applause for the organizers of this wonderful competition. The organizers, the Hindu Business Line, alongside all our partners who made this congregation possible. And finally, let's have a round of applause for yourself for being such wonderful, wonderful members of the audience. All right, before we move on and bring to closure this program, I think we have a few more audience prizes left. Yeah, so let me ask a couple of audience questions and then we'll conclude this ceremony. Okay, here's a question for the audience. Some of you may have seen the film, a very interesting and a very funny film, personal opinion. The film is called The Gods Must Be Crazy. So it was released sometime in 80s, I think. Yeah. And essentially, the essence of the film is that a Kalahari bushman goes on an epic journey after he discovers something that was discarded in the desert. What was discarded? Let's have the mic to ma'am in the middle.
Coke bottle.
A Coca-Cola bottle, absolutely. That is correct. All right, I'll again, as something that I really like, try and connect different things and bring them together as one answer. So I'll give you 3 elements, connect them with a 2-word answer, okay? First, an episode or episode 33, season 1 of Space Goofs, an annual conference on legal and policy issues relating to robotics, first held in 2012. And third one, an event from last week where Tesla showcased humanoids, cybercabs, and robovans. A two-word answer. What was that event called? What is this episode in question? It's a pluralized version of a certain film.
Pluralized.
Oh, you had a. What was your answer regardless? Okay. No, it wasn't called AI. I mean, of course, it consisted of many AI elements. But so. No? Okay. The answer is We Robot of I, Robot, the film, I think starring Remy Malek. But this is We Robot. Okay, one more question and then we'll further move on. So earlier this year, Morgan Housel, the very well-known TV personality, author, talks a lot about personal finance. So he spoke about how I think about debt. And in it, he wrote about the primary reason for the existing of Chinese in Japan. He said, studies of them show they tend to share a common characteristic. They hold tons of cash and no debt. My question is, what are Chinese, spelled as S-H-I-N-I-S-E, in Japan? Something that Japan is really, really well known for in the domain of business. What was he talking about? What are Chinese? Okay, let's not end it with no audience prizes going out. These are really old businesses existing for centuries, right? So there are many businesses, quite a few businesses which have been passed down generations of families in Japan. These are called Chinese, so centuries old businesses. He said that the primary reason they've been existing forever is because of the fact that they hold no debt. Okay, let me ask another one. Which company whose first product was an audio oscillator that measured sound, their first big product or big contract, sorry, not product, the first big contract helped it to take off, came from the fact that Walt Disney Studios needed their services, needed the audio measuring equipment. This company is also known as the birthplace of Silicon Valley. Which company? Starting out of a garage by two founders. Yes. Who retained the name in the name of the company.
Is it HP?
Hewlett Packard. Absolutely, that is correct. That's very good. Indeed. HP. All right. I have just been informed that there's a tie for third place. Can't be. No, there is no tie. I don't think so. No, there is no tie. No, there is no tie for third place. For fourth place, there is a tie. Right? So fourth place, there is a tie. We'll reset the buzzer. So I'll tell you how we'll resolve the tie. So it's a tie between Ayman and Shubham. All right. So essentially, I'll be asking a question. You get it right, you get 1 point on the buzzer. You get it wrong, you get a -1. And the other person is fourth. Okay. So we'll have to have the 6 clean standings. So that's why we need to resolve the tie. Yeah, please reset the buzzer. Please reset. All right. Here's a question that I'll put to both of you. Give me the right answer if you think you know it, if you don't. And if nobody presses the buzzer, then I'll try and give options. Okay? If I still don't have a right answer, I'll tell you the first letter. If I still don't have the right answer, I'll tell you the second letter. Right? Okay. All right, here's my question. Which app, I request the other 4 to not press the buzzer. Which app is the first non-game app to reach $10 billion in lifetime consumer spending across the App Store and Play Store, taking only 15 months, 15 months to get to $10 billion from $5 billion thanks to users purchasing an in-app currency called, I'm just looking for the name of an app. Eamon has it perhaps on the buzzer. Take the mic.
We're guessing Minecraft.
Minecraft, that's not correct. The answer do you have? Not for points? Coins. The in-app currency is called coins. That's the only part that Eamon didn't hear. But it's not Minecraft. It is TikTok. All right, so this was TikTok. Anyway, so now we have a resolution. So that's a -1 to Eamon, and Shubham keeps his score. Shinies, in Japan, centuries old businesses. Yeah. Are we ready? We'll start. Okay. Okay. Firstly, I would request before we move on to the prizes and the results, we have Amit Sah's representatives from our wonderful partners, and so to acknowledge them and thank them, I would request for Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan to please felicitate our partners. Sir, can we please have you on stage with a round of applause, everyone. Right. To begin with, may I call upon stage Ms. Kamla Katharaj, Chief Regulatory Officer, Bombay Stock Exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, let's let the applause continue. Thank you to BSE for giving us this wonderful, wonderful venue. We deeply acknowledge and appreciate your partnership. Thank you so very much. Ms. Kamla Katara, Chief Regulatory Officer, BSE. Thank you so very much, ma'am. Sir, I'll request you to be here. Next, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Rajat Gharsangi, brand head of Indian Oil Corporation Ltd. Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to invite on stage Dr. A.W. Santosh Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Mumbai. Thank you so much, sir. And finally, from JK Tyre, Mr. Melvin, Zonal Service Manager, West Zone. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, Mr. Srinivasan as well. I'll request you to join me on stage in a short while from now, so you can complete your Sunday steps. All right. For now, we move on to the most awaited moment, the results, of course. So we'll start with the 6th place and then we'll work our way backwards. And so for the prize distribution of 5th runner-up, I request the company of Mr. Anil Malik, AVP West, the Hindu Group, to please come up on stage alongside Vinaya Vilas Deshpande, Deputy Editor, the Hindu. Ma'am and sir, please. Please take the center of the stage. And so for 5th runner-up in the national final, here at the 21st annual edition of the Cerebration Corporate Quiz 2024, in 6th place is Pabitra Narayan Nayak from Ministry of Home Affairs, coming from Kochi. Please come forward and please collect your 5th runner-up prize, a special publication of the book The Himalayas by the Hindu Group, alongside a certificate. Pavitra. Well done and congratulations, Pavitra. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. For 4th runner-up or 5th place, I'd like to invite Mr. Satish Mendan, National Head, Events and Magazine, the Hindu Group, alongside Mr. Thomas K. Thomas, Chief of Bureau, BusinessLine West. Sirs, please. And in 4th runner-up, 5th place in the national final is Ayman Ali from Sale Bhilai with a score of 39 points. Collecting a certificate alongside the special publication of the Himalayas, the book by the Hindu Group. Congratulations, Ayman. Thank you, sirs. Now for the 3rd runner-up, I'd like to invite Dr. A.W. Santosh Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Ahmed University, Mumbai, alongside Mr. Vaidyanathan N, Senior GM, Circulation West, the Hindu Group. And just missing out on a podium spot, finishing with a score of 40 points. In 4th place is Shubham Palo, coming from Bangalore Fidelity Investments with a score of 40. Collecting his certificate and the special publication that is the Himalayas. Thank you, sirs. Congratulations, Shubham. Congratulations for being here. So those were the 3 participants who unfortunately couldn't make it to the steps of the podium. We'll continue and invite for distribution of prize for the 2nd runner-up. I'd like to call upon Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan, editor, The Hindu Business Line. Sir, as promised, I'll ask you to complete your Sunday steps. Alongside Ms. Kamla Katra, Chief Regulatory Officer, BSc. And so in third place, we have Anirudh Datta from TCS with a score of 50. Please welcome qualifying from Mumbai. He collects the certificate alongside the trophy and an individual check of rupees 25,000. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Congratulations to Anirudh Datta from TCS, second runner-up at Cerebration 2024. Right. To join Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan on stage for the first runner-up prize, may I request the company of Mr. Rajat Garsangi, brand head of Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Sir, please. And they'll be according the first runner-up prize. Started slow, but eventually found his way around into first runner-up. He was here at the national final last year as well, where he finished as second runner-up. And so this time, he would perhaps be slightly more pleased of himself because he's improved upon his performance from last year. Representing Delhi, coming from Delhi, he is Abhinav Dar with a score of 65 points. Second runner-up last year, first runner-up in 2024. He collects a certificate, an individual trophy, and a big prize of rupees 50,000. Please give a huge round of applause to our first runner-up at Cerebration 2024, Abhinav Dar. Congratulations, Abhinav. Very well done. Thank you, Mr. Rajat. And finally, for the winning prize, may I request Mr. Melvin, Zonal Service Manager, West Zone, JK Tyre, to please come up on stage and accord the winners' prizes alongside Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan. Well, it is an action replay. Kind of seems like a deja vu. He was the champion in 2023. He is the champion on the top step of the podium in 2024. Coming from Chennai, this is Jay Kantan from TCS. He collects the certificate and individual trophy and a big prize, so deserving of his performance, of 75,000 rupees. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge roar for our winner for 2024.
May I please request all the sponsors to come on stage for a group photo with all the three winners?
Yes, may I request all our partners to please join us on stage, sirs, if you can please be here. And we'll have Jaykantan, Abhinav and Anirudh. If you could please carry your individual prizes. Just bring the checks as well. We'll keep them in front of us, resting against our knees. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to all our participants. Thank you, sir. Right, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Satish Menon, National Head, Events and Magazine, the Hindu Group, to deliver a word of thanks.
I'm audible to all?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good afternoon. It was an amazing day of quizzing today. An event of this scale, lot of process planning goes beyond this entire event planning as we saw today. First of all, I'd like to thank our editor, BusinessLine, Raghu Srinivasan, and Chief Revenue Officer, Suresh Bala, who helped us in this entire process of planning to organize this 21st edition of BusinessLine Celebration Quiz. As you can see, this amazing hall here, Bombay Stock Exchange. I mean, it's an iconic place to host the national finals here. So, ma'am, thank you so much for all the support for extending to BusinessLine. An event of this large scale, we always need sponsorship funding. So, as you can see from the back, we had presenting sponsor JK Tyre, followed by Indian Oil as a co-powered by sponsor, followed by in association with Bombay Stock Exchange and MIT University as an associate sponsor. Without their support, we would have not made this event possible for you guys. So thank you so much for all our sponsors. Especially to source sponsor, a lot of work. Couple of months has gone beyond to source the sponsoring, especially thanks to my sales team from Delhi, Rekha, Antesh, Rohit, Akansha, Arjun. This team bought us MIT and JK Tyre. So guys, congrats to you guys. From Mumbai, Anil Malik and Sanjay helped us sourcing Indian Oil. Congrats, Anil and team. Followed by a special mention to Mr. Vaidyanathan, who got us closing Bombay Stock Exchange. And his wonderful team over here, Ajit, Ganesh, Sudesh, who got us so many B school students who are witnessing these finals here. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. This entire event, last 1.5 months, we have done the planning. When I say planning, there's a whole lot of process when it comes to print campaign, editorial, digital. We could get around 3,500 people for this event. And that's a mammoth task to get so many audience participants for this event. And the lucky ones are seeing this event here, the national finals. So I should mention my colleagues from events operation, Vikram, Abhilash, Gautam and Arvind, who could do this execution seamless for the BusinessLine Celebration Quiz. Finally, the events partner, as you can see the entire setup which is required for this event planning. We had the preliminary round, virtual round and the finale here today. So Wood Factor, the event teams, guys, great show for this super execution. I mean, the level of quizzing for BusinessLine has been going up year on year. So one person who has made this possible for us is Ajay Punya, who has been an amazing quizzer. He's done what is required for the brand BusinessLine when it comes to BL Celebration Quiz. So Ajay, thank you so much for all this lovely support. Finally, this lovely audience, I can share a magic mantra for you guys. If you guys, especially the B school students and the corporate sitting here, you want to be seen in this hot seat next year, please continue reading BusinessLine and subscribe to BusinessLine Online Edition. My colleagues are there over there, the circulation team. You guys can reach out to them and inquire about the BusinessLine Celebration, BusinessLine subscription piece. They will guide you on the entire process. So wonderful to have you guys here. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ajay. Thanks.
And thank you so much, Mr. Satish. That draws curtains to what has been not much to add, but that is, it's been a fabulous, fabulous day of quizzing, a saga for the ages. And before we part, I'd like to thank all our sponsors who built this quiz house with us. Presenting partner JK Tyre, it's powered by Indian Oil, brought to you in association with BSc and university partner Amity University, Mumbai. So as we saw today, if you come determined, if you come prepared, you know, even a Jasprit Bumrah Yorker seems like a thigh-high gimme which you can park away from your wheelhouse. Right, so that's the intensity of quizzing that we saw here at BusinessLine. That is the level of preparation that we saw from each one of our contestants. Those here at the national final and those who missed by a whisker. Each one of them, all the 6 participants on stage, have a little bit of a story in terms of how they qualified, how they had to contest in very fine margins eventually to qualify in this big final. So on behalf of the entire organizing team at the Hindu Business Line Celebration Corporate Quiz 2024, it is a wrap for the season, and I look forward to inviting each one of you to join in big numbers, and not just in numbers, in big quantum of preparation when you come back next year for the 2025 edition of this competition. Well, that's it from me. Thank you, everybody. And before we call it a day, may I request each one of you to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जगधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय.
Thank you, everyone. See you next year. Bye-bye.